Hey, we're late,
Woohoo!
but we're back. That's my fault. I had some settings messed up that I had to fix. And coming back into StreamYard, I actually don't have my dad's comment. Maybe some other people. There are 2 comments for me.
Wait,
So, Dad, I know you're here. Wait, what?
I wait, what? I have 4 comments. I see Larry's.
I have Mara and Craze. That's it.
Oh, I have James put a little, the cat emoji in.
Okay, good to
La
know.
and
That's you.
Larry said, early this time.
All right. Well, hopefully I'll get all the rest. But thanks for being here, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
It's been weeks. It's been weeks since we've had a reading update.
I know. I was concerned. I kind of forgot what I read,
Same.
but we'll see how we do. We both have little presentations.
Yeah. I'm excited for. Oh no, I have to reload those.
Oh no.
Darn it. Darn it. All right, I'll work on that while
All
we're
right.
here. Brooke's here. Hello, Brooke.
Hello.
Hello, Freddie.
Freddie.
I only see mine and Mars as well. Weird.
Why am I special?
Well, and I was special before I had to exit and come back. I don't know.
Hey, Bar.
Hello, Bar.
Hey, Freddie, by the way, I am mad at you, but also happy with you. Because,
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh no, I didn't mean to put it up. That's a sneak peek.
Because of you, Freddie, I bought something, and I'm not going to say what it is. Krista, you're killing me.
I just had to upload them again and they just popped up. I had them uploaded earlier and they didn't do that. I don't know what's happening.
Freddie's probably like, Mary, can you complete your sentences, please, for me? Bottom line is, you showed something on a live stream. I saw it, I wanted it, and I bought it. So when it arrives, I'll make sure I show it here. So like I said, I'm mad at you because you made me spend money, but I'm so happy with you because you led me to a very good deal.
I also really want it. I didn't get it.
I
But I
know.
imagine when you get it, maybe I'll get it. I'll be like, ooh, now I need it. Bar's not here for long because she has to go to sleep. I get that, Bar. Go to sleep.
Good to see you, though.
Yeah, thanks for popping in. The first message I sent wouldn't go through. Mara, I don't know what's happening.
There's so much controversy tonight.
I know. James sees all the comments. My dad said my old comment is gone. I don't know. Beta Jess and Mary's success.
Yeah.
Is it success to bait Jess? Because that's easy, right?
But here's the thing, Freddie. So yeah, you baited me. Definitely success. And then I had to send it off to Kristen. I sent it to Jessica. Like, oh, maybe they'll buy it too. So we'll see.
I am tempted by it, I have to say. Do we want to start with our presentations? Because I've already teased them. Is it a presentation? So you and I both, these past few weeks, we've read some digital stuff that we obviously physically can't hold.
Yes.
So now you put together a lovely slideshow. And let's start with it. You want to? Is that cool?
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh, I did send Kristen Miles figure on IG debate. I didn't see it yet, so I'll have to domino effect debate. Nice. All right. So here are Mary's digital reads.
So this week in my presentation, there's going to be a dog theme.
Love that.
This is not my dog. As you know, Alexander is black and white. But come on, how cute is this guy?
Adorable.
Right? Oh, actually, all these dogs are so cute. They're probably going to distract from the book covers, but what can we do? Maybe I'll show a book and everyone's like, ew, I hated that book, but then they can enjoy the dog.
Yeah, love that.
That was the plan.
It's good thinking.
Oh boy, I can see how this show's going to go, right? So.
Oh, hold on. Alexander will win.
Oh.
Mary, if you want to send me a picture of Alexander, I can pop that up at some point.
Okay, maybe during your reveal. I don't know what I'm even
saying.
My
reveal of my slideshow.
During your presentation, I will find some pics of Alexander to show.
My dad's saying you're jacking random dog pics.
Excuse me, Larry. These are, what do you call it? Part of my Canva subscription that I pay for.
Yeah.
So I am legally using all of these pictures.
There you go. Everybody wants to see Alexander now.
It's funny, speaking of him, I don't know if you could see, but the door behind me is cracked open because he can't decide. He doesn't like a closed door. So he couldn't
Mm.
decide if he wanted to stay in here or not, so I gave him the option. So you may see him running in and out, I'm not sure. But anyway.
While
Oh,
you're talking, I'll work on finding I know you've sent me photos of him, so I'll
okay,
email
cool.
that to myself and get it, yeah.
Awesome. So I read Twig, and actually, I sent this to you as if I did read it digitally, but then I bought a physical
Oh, yeah.
copy
Yeah.
at at Heroes Con, so I don't know what I'm doing here. But anyway, read Twig, waiting for TheComicSlayer to also read it before I
I
say
I
too
want
much
to.
about it.
Yeah.
Um, this is an all-age book. I think everyone should read it. It is the artwork is amazing. The writing is amazing. This is a 5-star book for me. Beautiful story. Oh, look at
I have
this.
that nearby. Yeah,
We
we can
have it.
show
We have the physical copy
some of
going.
this beautiful art, maybe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just gorgeous. I mean, this story, like I said, I don't want to get too much into it. Look at me. I'm like looking at it as if I haven't read it before. Um, just trust me on this one. Just read it. There's adventure, there's friendship, it had me laughing at times. They're basically I will say they're on a quest, right? And our guy Twig here is doubts himself, doesn't know if he can do certain things, and he ends up proving himself wrong, and it's just an amazing story. I'm doing a hack job trying to describe it, but
Love that.
yeah, Twig, 5 stars, read it. If you wanna try it out on Hoopla, I know we always are talking about Hoopla, but it's a great place to check it out. But I know we say that about most books. If you wanna just go ahead and buy this, trust me, just buy it. You don't even need to test it out first. So, there we go.
I love that review. I promise I'm paying attention. I'm just realizing how much we message because I'm like, where was the last Alexander photo?
It's so the amount of times we message and the nonsense that we talk about, the
There's so many
minutia.
gifts in here.
Oh my goodness.
Like of us
And we
being very dramatic.
and we think we are so funny.
Oh, we do. We do. Oh, here's a great one. Okay, I got it.
Oh,
I
okay, you got him?
the haircut one.
Oh, is he with
You
his little, tie on?
no, but he's on that bed, you know?
Okay, alright.
Oh, it's before haircut. Oh, before and after. Yeah, I'll take the hey, wanna do it before after?
Oh, that one's cute. I know which one you're talking about
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I got both. I got both. Okay. Let's go to your next slide, shall we?
Can you even
Look at that guy and his eggs.
why is the chihuahua
He loves eggs.
is the chihuahua praying, meditating,
He's
taking a breath
he's
first?
trying to hatch those eggs.
I can't explain this picture, but I
I
thought
love it.
it was really cute. Alright, this is your boy, Taylor Adams, really my boy, Taylor Adams.
I mean,
Um, you know,
so
const
good.
constantly recommending No Exit. I think I was just trying to, make Mara read this too. I mean, listen to this because she was looking for audiobook recommendations.
Gotcha.
Not this one, but Taylor Adams' No Exit.
No exit, please listen to it, Mara. Yes.
Do it. It is so good for the car too.
I'd say that for everybody, actually. It's such a good thriller. I
I
loved
know.
it.
I know. It's probably the book that people probably get sick of me talking about, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. Anyway, the last word, Taylor Adams. I read probably 50% on I read it physically and also listened to the audiobook. Um it's tough because I definitely think this is an author that I measure everything up to No Exit, and it's pretty much not fair of me to do that. I enjoyed this, but I gave it 3 stars. I was more the whole time I was just I think I told you this over our many messages, like, listen, every thriller is every it's like horror movies, right? You're like, "What are you doing? Why are you running up the stairs? You're gonna get stuck. Why are you running into the basement? You're gonna get stuck there." There were just some moments I'm like, "Seriously? What are you doing? Why are
That's
you doing
rough.
that?" It was rough because it kept happening and happening and happening. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I borrowed it from the library. Well, I borrowed the physical book from the library, and then I knew I would be in the car. And then I ended up using a credit and I got the audiobook from Audible. So I don't know. I don't regret it. It's a thriller. This woman, she is house sitting a cabin, or cabin sitting, I guess that would be. And she leaves a bad review, which is sort of interesting for what we do here and how we talk about books and stuff, right? I was like, ooh, I better watch what I say about books I don't like now. But basically, she leaves a bad review, and the author comes for her. So that's what it's all about. It is very suspenseful. I will give it that. Um, so if you're curious, and if you've read other Taylor Adams, I'd say go for it. But maybe check it out from the library first. See if you like it. But as we always say with thrillers, right? I think we're learning in life.
Yeah.
I don't know if thrillers, like, are we gonna read them again? Like, are we really going to read them again? I think it's rare. Um, I just have some authors, thriller writers that I will go back to, and No Exit is one I will read again, but I don't know if I'll read Last Word again.
See, I think I'm with you on that last statement though. Prior to the you'll read it again. Like I love No Exit. I
Yeah,
can't see me enjoying it a second time around
yeah,
because part of the thrill of a thriller is not knowing, right?
right, right.
So I actually gifted that one to my father-in-law
Oh,
and
good.
he read it and really liked it. So
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
But I do still want to check out The Last Word just
Yeah,
because I love No Exit so much.
I
I'm
get
glad
it.
it wasn't like a 2 though,
Oh,
right?
no, no. Like, I don't want to sound like I didn't enjoy it. I did. But again, I know it's me, and I know I'm so critical because I just love No Exit so much.
Sure.
And I didn't read the book in between No Exit and this one. So I need to do that because this is his third release, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wanna do that too.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I can't get over this guy and his eggs though. Like, it's just
I mean, he
I love
is.
it.
He's ready.
He's so stoked. Royalty-free random dog
Yes,
pics, yes.
yes.
My dad also wants more Alexander. Same Mary, but at least the cat can open sliding doors, so I don't have to get up for my dog.
Mm,
Interesting. Hello, Danny. What's up?
Danny, what's up?
I think that's a fine to, hey, we want you to listen to this, which I love. James has been listening to The Vanishing Hour audiobook on Hoopla.
Nice. That is Miranda. Nope. Help me out, Kristen.
I can't think of
Uh,
it either. Hold on.
remember
The
you sent me two titles that were similar, Riley Sager and this other author. And
The Vanishing Hour is Serafina Nova Glass.
mm, I don't mean to doubt you.
It's a thriller. I
Is
typed in the
it?
vanish. It's not the Vanishing Half, which you may be confused by.
And that's by
I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name.
This is a fun game.
It's Britt Bennett. Britt Bennett.
Oh, I don't know. James will probably tell us, but I'm sure you're right because you are always right.
Well, I was just Googling. Hello, Captain. I was just going to go to bed and saw that you guys were live. Sleep is overrated. We love that.
Thanks, Captain.
My dad's wanting to throw on a random movie comment. Okay, I watched a rather disturbing movie starring Jim Gaffigan, who me and him and my mom met. Gaffigan turns out to be an incredible actor. The movie is American Dreamer, and it's free right now on Prime. Actually, I think I saw a trailer for this. It does look good.
Larry, while you're talking movies, I watched your Weird Al Yankovic movie.
Mary's really mad at you about that, though.
I'm not mad at you, Larry. I'm mad that I spent the time and watched it. I couldn't believe the cast that they got to sign up for it, though. I was shocked. Listen, I watched it for free on Roku, so whatever. I'm not really complaining, but I was like, I like silly. It was beyond silly. And I loved Weird Al in his prime. I bought everything the guy put out. But yeah, that movie, whew, it was rough for me.
Just a little movie/TV corner, real quick.
Sure.
Mary.
Kristen.
I know you won't watch Schitt's Creek, okay? However,
What? Oh my god.
you know how I love Yellow Jackets now?
Oh, you do? I didn't try it yet. I am going to try that one.
Mary, it's so good. Reid and I flew through the 2 seasons. It's so good. In fact, Dad, you need to watch it. I texted both of you. I texted my parents. I said, you guys need to watch Yellow Jackets. Get the Showtime trial for like a week. Binge it. It's easy. It's fast. You'll love it. My dad loves Juliette Lewis. Juliette Lewis is in it. She's so good in it. Christina
Wow.
Ricci's in it. She's so good in it. Like, that whole cast is brilliant. So it's great. There's cannibalism. What more can you want?
Oh, come on.
Come on. So it's awesome. I think you'll like it too, Mary.
Cool.
Anyway, we just finished that. And then my great friend Rosie was like, hey, she's kept on me. Righteous gemstones, righteous gemstones, righteous gemstones. It's hard to say fast.
That is tough.
Are you familiar with that on HBO?
No.
It's great too. So if you want a good comedy, go that route. If you want a good like kind of thriller, go the other route. Just saying. That's
right.
what we got going on.
All right.
All right. Let's see. I believe the chinchilla is standing its ground on a healthy dog boundary there. It doesn't do eggs, human type person. I think you mean Chihuahua.
But Johnny, if you'd like me to do a whole slideshow of chinchillas,
I was just gonna say.
Challenge accepted.
How great would that be? Yeah, once I can get through all the other pics, I'll do that. Katie with all the cute doggos. Okay, that's the cue. That is the cue.
Danny,
for
there's
another
more.
Cute doggo. It's gonna happen right now.
Oh, the anticipation. There's my boy Alexander. So when we go to get his haircut, most dogs are like, they hate it, they're afraid. He jumps up on this bed thing that they have right in the front. And I think it's to take photos. I'm not really sure, but anyway, he loves it. Meanwhile, Kim has purchased so many dog beds. We're like, maybe he'll like this one. Maybe he'll like this one. No, he likes that one in the store. That's it.
I love that. He is adorable.
Let
me bring up, and that is before his haircut.
Oh yeah, before.
And I also have after his haircut. Let me see real quick. No, that's the one I just opened. I should have labeled them. Here we go. Okay.
There's a lot of pressure on you tonight.
You know, I'm trying my best.
You're
doing a lot going on.
Doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Here he is after his haircut.
Oh. They gave him a little like a pride little tie around his neck, which I thought was so cute.
He's so happy too.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
It looks like he took a selfie himself.
Yeah, it does. So that is Alexander for everybody.
Yeah. My boy.
Love that. He's precious. James says I was right. I'm just saying.
She's always right.
I think the Funny or Die trailer from years ago was funnier than the movie. Assume that's about Weird Al.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mary was also disappointed that Weird wasn't your biopic, and it was really silly. Still liked it a lot though.
Yeah. It was silly.
Michael got his copy of Buck Rogers. Thanks again for bringing it to his attention.
You're more than welcome. I'm glad that got there pretty quickly, didn't it?
That seems fast, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Getting a bonus episode before season 3. James, I didn't know this. And now that I finished it, I can actually Google it because I was scared. I was I can't until I don't,
Nice.
Oh, Mara, you don't know about Mary and Schitt's Creek and how she won't watch it, and it's a point of contention with us.
Here we go. Here's Mary's shame corner now.
Well, I think the real question is. Kristen, why didn't you force Mary to watch Schitt's Creek when you were with her in a hotel room watching YouTube?
We were too busy. Too much to do.
We had a lot going on. It's true.
A lot going on.
But maybe next time.
No.
Danny wants us to watch Eastbound and Down. I mean, Danny is great in Righteous Gemstones. Haven't seen it though.
All right.
Nearly 3 a.m. here. Hey, Johnny, we totally get it.
Johnny, you gave me an idea. I'm going to look for the chinchillas now.
You have to.
Oh, thanks, Danny.
Freddie says I buy specific dogs for beds. Wow, beds for my dog and cat.
Oh, and they switch. Maybe I should buy a cat bed. Maybe that'll do it.
You know what? Watch it happen.
I'm gonna
give him like one of the ones with the covered, and he can go on there and just that'd be cute.
He might. I'm gonna try it. Thanks, Larry.
Awesome. She could share all the pictures of my doggo. You know what? We'll have to have a doggo catto corner at some point, and everybody can throw them in. Mary Schitt's Creek is almost like Justin reading manga. It ain't happening.
That's a good comparison.
Sad comparison.
But listen, I will say, I think the difference is I've fully admitted. I mean, this is like I tend to say this is a me issue. I have this weird thing if something's sometimes because I know people are going to cite examples of popular things that I do like. You're going to be like, "Oh, we like this show and that's popular." There's something about Schitt's Creek fans who are like, "You got to watch it, you got to watch it." It makes me want to run for the hills. I know that's not nice to say.
They're just trying to
being
bring joy into your life,
I
Mary.
understand, and that's why I say I know it's a me problem. I mean, the masses love Schitt's Creek, and I don't know. I just don't know.
One day, Mary, did you see the Tour de France?
Cycle? I did not.
I didn't either. Sorry, Cycle. I will. Trust me, I didn't forget you have a slideshow.
That's
But
okay.
we had to look at Alexander, you know?
Love it.
Oh, James is making a point. Just did try to read manga. He's read some Ito. Mary never even tried watching Schitt's Creek.
James, you state the truth.
My dad's trying to have you watch a link, even though we're in the middle of something.
Watch this, and you will be sold.
We'll find what that is one day, Dad.
Okay.
I need to update my live journal. This is wild. That's funny. Freddie, get out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah,
Whose side are
Freddie.
you on, Freddie?
Apparently, Freddie's on my side.
Don't appreciate them. Ooh, look at this guy.
Ooh, like a little Pomeranian.
Aw.
You know what's funny about Pomeranians? I adore them. I think they look like little baby foxes. I think they're so cute. And Kim is like, that's not a dog. Like she's
It's
not
a little bear, like
she's-
a stuffed animal.
I know, I try all things and she's just not into them.
Mm.
So now she intentionally, like if we see one out and I'm like flipping out, you know, she's like, ugh, here comes one of your dogs. She does it just to get to me.
That's
Anyway,
funny.
so I listened to Samantha Irby's Quietly Hostile. Look, there's so many themes here. Now we're going to start talking about skunks. I mean,
ooh, you should do a whole skunk slideshow.
Write
down these ideas.
I got them all up here.
Ferrets.
Oh, they're cute too.
It's a good one.
All
It's
right.
a good one. Raccoons.
Ooh.
With their little people hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their little trash pandas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quietly Hostile. This is an essay. I was going to say this is an essay collection from Samantha Irby, but doesn't she only write essays?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. So,
great covers to like every one of her books.
Oh yeah, they are great. They're just so simple and clean. Like
Yeah.
you could spot her books from a mile away in a bookstore. So I listened to this audiobook. I do think, and I think I shared this with you. For essays, I don't know if an audiobook is the route for me. Because with essay collections, I think a lot of times, similar to like a short story collection, you're not going to love them all or hate them all or feel the same way about them all because they tend to be there tends to be themes, but they are different from each other, if that makes any sort of sense. But for me, I think I would prefer to read an essay collection versus listen to it, because like the first essay, I forget the title of it, but it was all about when let's see if I can describe this correctly. Like we all know this type of person, right? Like let's say someone's a big Schitt's Creek fan, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just not into it. But I know you're a huge Schitt's Creek fan. So here's the thing. I'm not going to walk into, yes, I say I don't want to watch it, right? I'm not going to trash it. Well, how could I if I've never watched it? I understand that. But there are those people that are like, let's like bring up a band. You pick a band name. Pick any old band.
Green Day.
Green Day. People are like, oh, Green Day sucks. Blah, blah. Right? And they know that's your favorite band, one of your favorite bands, right? So it's the first essay is all about those sort of people, and she just kind of like just goes after them, like, why do you do that? Why do you kill people's joy? Like all that kind of thing. So the first essay was like 5 out of 5 stars for me off the bat. And then as I kept reading, again, as I tend to do, like if I love something so much, everything else after that doesn't compare to it. But I think this is my first Samantha Irby, but as far as like what I've heard on a couple podcasts and stuff, she goes there. She's not afraid to say anything. Not that she's vulgar, but I guess at times she can be. But there's a lot of like pee pee poo poo kind of
Reid,
talk, in
you
it.
listening, Reid?
And sometimes she does it, and I feel like it totally fits. That's definitely not my thing, but there are times she does it and she's hysterical, and then other times I'm like, all right, maybe this isn't for me. But that's what I'm saying. If I had a physical book, I can kind of peek ahead, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe come back to it or just skip it and go to the next essay. I do feel like that's a little harder to do in an audiobook though. So,
Quick sidebar, because pee pee poo poo. There was a night where Reid and I just watched reels on Instagram together.
Oh, he sent them all to me.
And he started sending. I said, "Mary's gonna hate you, Reid. Don't do that." And he kept doing it. And then he's like, "Mary never replied to me."
And I did. Did he tell you I replied?
He didn't know.
Oh, because I said something. I laughed, and then I said, I think there's a theme going on here.
He thought he was so funny. I was like, Mary's gonna hate this.
No, because I'm slow getting back to. I don't always see Instagram messages right away.
Same. I'm so bad
So
at it.
if anybody ever messages me, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just sometimes slow getting back, and I do like to take the time to like watch what someone sends me, so it could take me longer.
I'm the same way.
So with Samantha Irby, I enjoyed this. I did get it through Libro FM because I'm an affiliate.
Fancy.
Oh, I'm so fancy. So
check out her Instagram at MaryMsBookstagram.
So ridiculous.
Right there in your name.
I know. I decided to see how long I could make my name on the screen tonight, and I think I accomplished it. But anyway, I think I gave this 3 stars. With the little sidebar of, if I see this used, I want to pick it up, and to me, it's worth. I know it may sound strange because I gave it a 3, and some may say you gave it 3 stars and you want to get a physical copy. I do, because I think it's going to be a different experience if I read it versus listen. And I usually go the opposite way, right? But
yeah. Did she narrate it?
She did.
She did. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been curious about that. I actually have her first 2 books. Yeah, 2 of them. And I haven't read them. But of course, the first one has the cat on the cover.
Yes.
The yellow background, and it's so. I just had to. And then the second one it's pink, and I think it has a porcupine on it, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And I found that one used for really cheap. And I have to tell you, I've seen her stuff used around.
Oh, good.
So my question is, I do have a little road trip coming up. I'm going to some bookstores with some used material. If I find either of those, are you interested?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I got you. Because again, her books are so easy to spot too. So.
Right? It's so true. Yeah.
Well, I love that. I definitely want to check it out. I definitely want to read the first one, the first essay in there as well.
Yeah. It's I think you'll love it. I think whether you are a Samantha Irby fan or not, whether you're an essay fan or not, I think everyone can appreciate that first essay so much.
Love that. I like the title too. Quietly Hostile. That's nice. Danny says if Chris can choke through Pooper Man, you can watch the show. I don't know. Also, I didn't do that for Mary. Like, technically. Mary was like, you have to read these.
Yeah, you know me. I'm like, bleh. I think I actually said to you, if you're not into it, Jessica will understand. Don't read it. I'm like, you don't have to read anything.
I did it, though.
I know. You're better than me.
Hello, Axel.
Hey there.
How are you? My cat eats these dogs. Do you have a big cat? Do you have a Maine Coon?
Do you have a tiger?
Trying to make Mary less mad at me until her beta. Otters is a great one.
Danny, I love otters.
Oh, I love penguins.
I'm going to have to do elephants. I have like an elephant book cover thing I've been going through lately.
Love elephants, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Octopus? Octopi?
Yes. Because cool.
Yeah.
That what is it? Beautiful Creatures? Is that the book I read?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that book.
I keep meaning to read it.
Marcellus, that's the name of that octopus.
The audiobook's on Hoopla, so it's like on my radar.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because did you listen to it? You listened to it, right?
I listened to it. I love the audiobook.
I'm excited. No, Black Dragon. Oh. Black Dragon Cat? Crazed also said, do you have a Maine Coon? Okay, Michael, I have to ask, why haven't we seen you two on the OmniDog Discord? No excuses. Our excuse is we don't use a Discord. I think I can speak for you, Mary, with that.
Yeah, I don't have an excuse. I joined Discord one time for some other YouTube channel, and I get overwhelmed. I understand how to use it. It gives me anxiety. I mean,
I felt the same when I've used it before.
yeah.
Like I have it technically, but I'm just like it's too much to keep up with. I don't know.
Yeah. But I get it. Like I'm sure it's a lot of fun. It's too much for me. Does Jess even go in there though? Cuz
No, he doesn't even know how to use it. I believe Cycle made it. I think that's the lore.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Green Day's old materials off the Chisane. Absolutely. I will say their material up until Father of All, which is notoriously not liked. There's some bangers on it though. There are some bangers on it. I like newer Green Day. People like hate on newer Green Day, but I like it all. But older Green Day's great.
I don't think we've had this conversation. In college, like for me, I followed Green Day for a long time from like their first album on. Like I really liked them up through what was after American Idiot. I know that's the last one I have in my head that I was like really
20,
following.
21st Century Breakdown.
I probably know that too. I'm not sure.
So good. I loved it.
And I think I told you I saw the Broadway show for American Idiot. It was.
Did you see the one with Billy as the lead?
No, I forget who was the lead, but when I saw it, Melissa Etheridge was in it. Do you remember when she?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was.
That's awesome.
I was blown away. I didn't really know what to expect. It was an amazing show.
I always wanted to see that. They have a documentary about the making of that.
Oh, they do? I should watch that.
You should. I think you would really like it. It's called Broadway Idiot.
Oh, cool.
And it's great. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. And I just lived vicariously through that because I wanted to go and I couldn't.
Cool.
So yeah, I love that you've seen it.
Thank you.
You mean all these nerds hating women-led movies without watching them? Yeah. Mark is here again. Mark.
Hey,
Hello,
Mark.
Good to see you.
I love that Mark gave himself an OMG.
Yeah, that's funny. Prolific YouTube stars don't have time for Discord or something. That's not what this is.
Larry, are you in the Discord? Do you know if your dad uses Discord?
I would imagine not. Discord is lame, according to Danny.
I love it, Danny.
Just showed up a few times in Discord. That's not gonna last, James. Talk about the Lookout Records stuff I'm sold. No, I mean that stuff 39 Smooth and Kerplunk. I love that stuff too. Although I like the later stuff more because, it's Trey. The old stuff doesn't have Trey. I love all Green Day, but my first is probably my favorite, Dookie. Yeah, that's a lot of people's favorite.
That album was so big when I was in college.
Mm.
Oh my god, my roommate had the Dookie poster up. I could still see it.
Love that. Oh, Joe's here. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
My dad does not Discord, but Reddit's a bit. All right, we'll finally get to your next slide. Here we go.
Oh, this pup is very serious.
Can I say, you're brilliant. I love how you matched up the dog and this guy. The character of the cover, they look the same. It's perfect, same expression. You killed it.
I love that you appreciated that because I really did it on purpose.
So good. I love it. Ooh, I like your gradient in the background too.
Thank you.
Wow, and you're just like some kind of.
I am like
someone.
I'm like a Canva pro.
Love it.
Blood on the Tracks, volume 13. I feel like I was going to say this is the only manga, and that is true. But this is probably the only series, manga or anything else, that I keep up with. And it's so bizarre to me, but I do. And I've been borrowing these all from the library. This one is very interesting. And again, obviously, I know I can't say much because it's a volume 13 of a series. But I will say in this one, I don't think this is any secret. There's a time jump, I guess you could say. And I really enjoyed this one because it goes a little deeper. I felt like if I can't think of a better way to describe it because what I'm about to say, you're going to be like, "Hello, Mary, this book is not for kids." But I feel like it's more adult in the sense that it's more emotional, and I really enjoyed that. I can't wait for you to read it as well.
I was gonna say I really need to pull that one out because I know I have it somewhere.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's literally on my shelf. I can see it. And I read 12, so I definitely that'll be my goal for next time. I'll read that. That
Yeah,
shouldn't be hard. They're so fast.
they are so fast, and, like, I guess that's what I love about them too, right? Like, I know you love it about the series as well. It
I
just it
do.
I can't
I've read so
remember, like,
many.
the last thing do you remember, like, the last book that you felt that way about? I can't really. I'm sure that
I
it
really
exists, but
can't. Which is yeah. I like I could go back to volume 1 right now and probably breeze through to 13 again.
right.
Like I
Right.
just, which is and a lot of people. I will say I've heard a lot of people say that about manga that they can quickly get through it. I
I
I
can't.
think that I can't either. That's all
Yeah.
relative, right?
Right.
But there's so much that the art conveys that they don't need the dialogue for
Exactly.
in such a great way that
Yeah.
it's just a nice breezy read.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will probably go through it again at some point when it ends.
Yeah, I hope do you have any idea how many books will come out?
Let's ask the Google, shall we?
Because if it's something reasonable, I would love to have a nice, like, box set, and I would buy it because 'cause I've read all of these digital, but I would definitely wanna have, like, a physical and a box set would be just so perfect.
It would
Um
be. It looks like there are 16.
Oh, okay, that's very doable then.
Yeah. And the last one will come out in May, next May.
Wow. It's interesting. But yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember what I rated this. It was either 4 or 5 stars. Um, but yeah, anybody that if you're interested in this series, you want something totally weird, little creepy, uh, you're gonna have moments of what am I reading? In the horror manga genre, like you gotta do it. You gotta do it. And if you want to
I
try it the
agree.
route, I know not all libraries are great with having manga in the system, but I'm fortunate where if you can take them out that way, I think it is a great way to go because they are so quick, especially if you want to try out the series. But then again, I'm like jealous of Kristen because I know you have all the physical copies and
Yeah.
like there have been so many times that I'm like I know it's just been released and like my library is going to take like a week or two before I can get my mitts on it. I'm like I should just go out and buy it. You know, I've almost done that so many times.
It's nice to like get a book and read it that fast though when you physically have it, right?
So much fun.
It's great.
Yeah, totally.
I'm glad you really like that. I love hearing there's a time skip. Actually, that makes me more
Yeah.
interested in like not that I wasn't, but
Yeah, because it's less of like the same, if that makes any sense.
James says it's still ongoing at volume 16. Okay, I
Oh,
didn't read that deep into it. I just saw 16, so I thought it was done. So that's good to know, James. We'll probably get deeper into that and see what the plan is for a cutoff. But
yeah, yeah.
next level production value. That's right. You're killing it, Mary.
Oh, thanks. Too kind.
These dogs are great, but so far Alexander is the cuteness winner. Freddie, you're just
Aw.
trying to like. No, I'm just kidding. Cause you're right. That's just
Aw.
factual.
Alexander's my best friend.
Freddie's correct. Hi, Stephanie.
Stephanie.
She joined right when a cute dog is on the screen. Perfect. I'm sure Louie is probably around Stephanie's dog, who's also adorable.
Louie Louie.
All right. Oh, look at this guy. Love him.
Beagles are so freaking cute, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Those ears. Yeah.
I was watching on Instagram a reel where a beagle was on his hind legs and playing the piano, just howling away.
Oh.
And there was like a little baby that probably just learned how to stand, like swaying and dancing. I watched
Mary,
it like
why didn't you send me that,
I
Mary?
should have. I watched it like 10 times on the train this morning. I couldn't stop watching it. So
Love
cute.
that.
And then I was like, why can't Alexander play the piano?
Oh, you got to teach him.
Plus, we don't have a piano either.
Oh, well, there's
Yeah.
that.
I get him a
Love a
keyboard.
floppy ear. Oh, yeah, get a
Oh.
keyboard, yeah.
So, Fantastic Four, Full Circle, by Kristen's favorite, Alex Ross. To be clear, it's not like Kristen hates Alex Ross or anything. He's just not her favorite. Is that fair?
It's fair. I will say, his art that isn't painted, I do like more.
Yes. So you might enjoy this. Are you thinking of reading this or like, nah?
I'm not.
Okay. Okay.
Unless you're like 5 stars, which I don't think you are.
I didn't. I'll tell you off the bat. I gave it 4 stars.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I have a little weakness for the Fantastic Four. Can I sit here and give you the history of the Fantastic Four? No. But like, for example, I love the Thing.
Yeah. There's Ben. Good old Ben.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah.
Anyway, I enjoyed this. You mentioned that I'm gonna Schitt's Creek you right now.
Oh.
You mentioned that you enjoy Alex's art when it's not painted, as you say.
Wow. His drawn stuff is like less like photorealistic.
Yes, true. Yeah. So you might, it's on Hoopla. I'm just saying.
Oh, Mary, are you proposing a trade?
No.
Then why bring up Schitt's Creek? It hurt my feelings.
I don't know. I don't know. I you know how I get sometimes.
Okay.
So I enjoyed this. It's like what, Larry? Is it like 64 pages, 66 pages, something like that? It's a good story. It's not reinventing the wheel, as people say. I really did enjoy the art. It was nice to see his art versus the painted style. I really enjoyed it. I don't have a ton to say. It's your typical story. It's your typical Fantastic Four story. Anybody can jump into it and read it. It was nice. It was like a nice, I read it obviously in a sitting. It was 64 pages. And I really enjoyed it. It just made me think of like how I haven't done any recently, but how I started reading my single issues. There's just something to just sitting down and being able to read a complete story. Well, single issues, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Not a complete story, but
a whole item.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I really enjoyed this. I say if you're a Fantastic Four fan already, you should definitely read this. If you hate them, then probably not. But I enjoyed it. I think they hit on all the, the reason. Let's be real. The reason why I think most people like the Fantastic Four is the dynamic between the four, the joking around, the family feel of it all. That exists big time in this. So that's that theme is nailed down in this. So yeah, I enjoyed it, and because I think this is one, like, if this pops up in, like, on In Stock Trades in the red tag sale or something, I think I would like to see it physically, because when I've seen other people hold it up on YouTube, it just looks really nice to me. And it's big. So I
It's
am
like big, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about it. So I think I would get a physical copy if I can get it at, a good sale price.
So what you're saying is, when I see my dad next, I need to borrow this from him.
That's a great idea.
Dad, put it aside for me. I'll read it.
Only if you want to. There is no pressure.
I'm interested. I'd be less interested if it was all paintings, but yep, Mary's was a 4 out of 5. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Start a GoFundMe for Alexander de la Casio. My dad agrees with me, which is rare. I like his drawn stuff more than his paintings.
Oh, you do like it more. Okay.
It's not just me. This seems better if you read extra issues of the FF.
I heard when Larry and Jess were talking about it, I heard people referencing, I think there were specifically three different single issues that it was recommended. And I get that, but I was fine without it, what's the thing? Like, I know Jess says sometimes, like, oh, I just accept like a thing happened. And I
Yeah.
think that's true. Like, this is, not to be whatever, but this is where I'm like, okay, we're reading comic books. Like, you can kind of figure stuff out. And I get it. Like Axel's saying, like, if you read the other issues, you probably get even more out of it. So I'm not discrediting that. But I'm just saying, I don't think people need to feel like they have to in order to enjoy this.
Gotcha. Do you have an Alex Ross rant? I'm listening. No, other than I don't get the hype. But
Really? See, we've had
I'm not
this
saying it's not
discussion.
good, but like it's not my kind of thing.
But just my eyes like get big. Like I don't know, I get like googly eyes looking at his work. It's weird. Like I don't know if I would typically say that I would enjoy that sort of art, but I do. I definitely do. So
I mean, you're among the normal bunch. My opinion is the outlier. I have a weakness for the Fantastic Four, and it's a 3 for me, keeping it. But for Kristen, FF by Fraction, All Red's better. I like some All Red, so I do like Fraction too. I check that out, Freddie. How should I read that? Freddie loves Alex Ross painted stuff. I have his Dynamite, Marvel, and DC art books. Maybe seeing the models made me more of a fan. That's cool.
nice.
I love an art book. All right. Is that the end? Do we make this the end?
I don't even know.
Yeah, there's not another slide.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah, I'm double checking. Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, should we go on to my digital reads?
Let's do it.
Now, here's the thing. Reid put this together for me. I gave him the name of the books I wanted in it. And that's it. So I don't know what this is going to be like.
Okay.
We were already teased for the beginning, which is something.
And of course it's Ollie.
Kristen's digital reads. Man, Kristen read a lot. And this is just digital reads. Wow. Thanks, Ollie.
Ollie's the best.
All right. Is it all Ollie?
I love it.
Oh, that's pretty great. Okay, so I listened to Page Boy by Elliot Page. As it says, it's a memoir. It came out last month. I have been really looking forward to this. I've been an Elliot Page fan for many years now. As many people, I loved Juno back in the day. Loved Whip It. Been a fan, right? However, not that I didn't think this would probably be a bummer, because Elliot talks about, his trans journey, okay? But that was actually a really, it was a theme throughout the book, but all of the stories that he told seemed really disjointed to each other. Right? So it felt like a memoir that didn't have, a clear, path. So I don't know. I've heard this from some other reviews. I kind of glanced after I rated it.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where, unfortunately, it was like a chore to finish it for me. And I think, perhaps others will take something else from it, and I think there is some good stuff to be taken from it. At the same time, there were so many chapters about relationships he was in, and those feelings in those relationships, which I didn't care. I just kept thinking, I just want to hear about your crap, not your relationship crap, right? So,
from what you're saying, do you think he didn't really I feel like I just saw an interview where somebody was talking about writing, and they basically said, unless you're willing to tell me your story, then you're not going to get your book deal. Meaning, so maybe did he tell stories through the eyes of other people, kind of? Or
you still got a story from him.
Okay.
It just felt like he teetered on that edge of actually getting deep and going somewhere, and
okay.
and then just would go into the next thing.
And
I say this to the point where he actually transitions at the very end of the book.
Okay.
And then it ends.
Oh.
So I thought there was going to be more of that.
Yeah.
After journey, right? So I don't know. It kind of just bummed me out. There was a lot of intense stuff in it, which, tell your story, but it still felt like there was a wall there.
That's interesting.
And as someone who thinks I'm reading your memoir, it's like, okay. So, yeah, and I've read some other reviews where they kind of felt similar, so I ultimately ended up not enjoying it, which is a bummer.
Was it a long? I'm not sure how long it was. Was it a short book, long book?
It was like 7 or 8 hours, maybe.
Okay.
Wasn't that bad. Yeah. So it's kind of short. Maybe it should have been longer. Like, I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
Longer, more fleshed out, you know?
And I don't know, I don't know if does he do any writing? Like, it's like, could this be one of those cases of just because you're like a really good actor and you try another thing doesn't mean you're great at that either. I don't know.
It's I'm kind of finding it hard to like explain. I'm gonna look up a review because I read a review that kind of I was like, that's exactly how I felt.
I love
Let me
doing
see
that on
here.
Goodreads
Yeah,
too.
I'm like, oh, you articulated this better.
It's only when if I love a book, I don't really care. But if I'm, you know, somewhere in the middle or hated something, I like to read.
Yeah, so like this person points out, first issue they had was it is a nonlinear narrative, which works well with other Wright styles of memoirs, but they felt it didn't work. They said if they would imagine if they listened to this rather than reading it, they would have had to rewind several times, and I did feel that way.
Oh wow, okay.
They're not really grouped thematically, which is true. Events linked with apparently no or little through line. This improves as the book goes on, but they felt a good editor would have helped. Next issue they had is a rather stunning lack of introspection. There are so many fairly colossal incidents detailed, like some intense stuff. I won't read those out loud, which, by the way, if you're interested in this, which, support Elliot Page. Like, I still like your Elliot Page. It's just, these are my feelings on the book, right? But look up the trigger warnings because there's a lot going on here. Let's see. I do not wish to make Elliot ruminate on such things, but to include them and include no introspective discussion on them afterwards when the events are so frequent does a disservice in a sense to the narrative, is what this person says. They felt like they didn't come away from this knowing Elliot Page any better as a person. Just that I know more things that have happened to him, like sad things. So yeah, they keep mentioning the lack of introspection, which was a consistent thing that I felt as well. They would he would touch on things, but like not go into it. Okay. Ultimately, I think is the easiest way to say it.
Okay.
Which is a bummer. I don't like, I didn't want to not like this. You know what I mean?
I know you were psyched to.
I was so stoked. I read it fast. Yeah. I heard the same from other people reviewing after reading his book. I'll be reading it for Elliot still, though. Absolutely. I feel this book, I can listen a bit and put it down if needed. Yes, no, suck it up. You may want to just go chapter by chapter. Because of the non-linear like telling, you can absolutely just like put it down, pick it up again. But you may get a little confused because you may anyway. I don't know. I'll definitely be interested to know your thoughts after Mara, and if you feel that way. Did you read the intro? He mentioned how I listened to the whole thing, so yeah. But I didn't like that. So I didn't enjoy that part. The little I've seen from the book, it seemed like a book written just to tell everybody about all the people Elliot hooked up with. Honestly, I didn't care to know about all of it, and now I know all of it. Like, that was like, I was just kept being like, I don't care who you slept with. Like, there was a ton of that, and I was just like, I don't care about this. So that was also frustrating. These memories shape a non-linear narrative because queerness is not linear journeys that bend and wide. Sure, but made for a confusing read. I heard Elliot outed some people who weren't ready to be out. I did see some reviews like, I hope this person was okay with this. I would think that he actually, usually publishers get permission to use people's names.
Oh, there were names listed?
Oh, yeah, there were tons of names. There's a lot of names. It really felt like jumping in and out of his memories that seemed to have an overarching theme, but maybe not a real connective tissue so far. Haven't finished it. Okay. Are you enjoying it so far, Grace? And I hope you are. Like, because again, I was very excited for this. I wanted to like it. That whole thing is really jarring for me, as he was my kitty pride for a little bit. But hearing him talk about it all in the video helped me get it. Well, good, Dad. You need to live and grow, and I love that.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that Larry like shares that stuff. I think it's cool.
For sure. So anyway, pick it up if you're interested. Please look up all the trigger warnings, because there's a lot here. There's a lot of trauma, which I think is good stuff to like talk about, but it felt like it wasn't talked about at the same time, right?
Right.
That was the hard part for me as a listener. So that's it. Anyway, moving on. I finally read Superman. I read this for the reading update is what I was going to say. The summer reading program with Jessica, which you can find us back here on Sunday at 1 Eastern. Sounds right.
Sure.
I think that's right.
By the way, can I hop in 1 second?
Yeah.
I love the fact that I never like had a discussion with you, but as we know, I typically go to visit my mom on Sundays. So I listen. If I'm still in the car, I will listen to you and Jessica for a little bit, as much as I can. And I just throw a car emoji in the chat. And each time you're like, I think Mary's driving to visit her mom.
Yeah.
But we never had a discussion. You understood.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that.
So that's going to be a thing I do now.
Yes, Mara, you're welcome. And I want to hear all your thoughts when you read it, of course. And yes, I want to support Elliot as well, and I will keep watching him and things, of course. And again, maybe it'll change, right? I feel like a lot of people have put out memoirs before, and then, or like a collection of essays or something, and then they come back with something and they're like, hi, I got way better.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, Superman, I didn't like it. Is anyone surprised?
Wait, let me put my surprise. What?
I didn't like it. Okay. And then I read Superman's Secret Origin. Is he taking a selfie with Superman?
Or he's having a drink? Yeah, it's a selfie.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It kind of. All right. I didn't like this either. Okay, let's move on.
Wait.
You want to go back? Listen, this one I felt like was an origin story that I've heard before. I'm like, I already knew everything, and I hate Superman. Okay, didn't like the art, creeped me out.
Fair.
And I was bored. I was ultimately bored, and I was also bored with the Tomasi stuff. Now, I did like that there was some Super Sons crossover in there, and I did like Super Sons.
Okay.
But still don't like Superman.
Here's the thing. I'd like to make a statement.
Yes.
There are things that people just don't like, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to come up with a whole book report as to why. And people are taught, but you'll like this one. Oh, but Kristen, try this one. You'll like this one. How about let's set Kristen free.
Don't make me do it again.
And just say, you know what? It's okay. You don't have to read Superman. How's that?
Thank you.
I mean,
this is why we're besties.
Like, again, a lot of this like superhero stuff I enjoy. I dip in and out. I don't claim to know the history and who wrote what series and what year, but I dip in and out. I don't hate Superman. I like Superman, but my love for Superman is more about when I was a kid growing up watching Christopher Reeve, like blah blah blah.
It's fair,
but you're not into the guy. It's okay, right? And everyone's like, wait, no, but you'll like this book. And each time you're like, guess what? No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Same answer. Just telling you.
I appreciate that. And my dad's confused. I didn't like Gary Frank art. And apparently this guy who inks. Dad, there were literal 40-year-old man heads on a baby body in this. And it was horrifying.
Oh, my.
Like, that's what the babies look like. It's like, why is your head Google it, Dad. There's plenty of people sharing those images because they're horrifying. So
But for you,
it's
I
not
mean,
good.
it's not that I was gonna say, it's not like you don't enjoy really good art. Of course you do. But I mean, we say it a lot, right? If the story's not there,
I
you're not the type to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy that for the art." Like, I've never heard you say that.
No, I would never.
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
absolutely never. I mean, I got rid of a Brian Lee O'Malley book, and I adore his art, but I
Yeah,
was like, this story not my favorite.
yeah.
But yeah, no, and I don't even like that cover, Dad. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't like it. I also don't like traditional comic art a lot. That is not my jam. Versus like a Dan Mora, yeah, I like it, and that's more traditional. But this kind of stuff, not my bag. I still think those are not the best for you. I have one suggestion, but I'm gonna wait till these soups wash off your brain. We'll see if that happens, Freddie. Okay, so I read this children's book.
Okay, I love Ollie as a detective.
I bet she liked this book, Reid. That's so good, Reid. Thank you for. Where did you find this Ollie art, Reid?
Yeah, I'm
It's good.
curious.
Yeah, I did like this book. It goes through, gender terms for children, not like for, let's help educate, and
Cool.
explain your friend could, feel this way and whatever. It was cool. I don't think it's come out yet. Um, I read this digitally in an arc of it, and it was worth it. Enjoyed it.
Oh, a NetGalley?
Yeah, maybe. Mika and the Howler was another. What is this image of Ollie? This is another one I got an arc of, and I enjoyed this. I'm like, how much did I enjoy it? Now I can't even remember.
You know, I have to ask now.
Yeah,
Did did uh did Reed did he draw some of these? Like, where did he get all of
I don't
these?
think he drew any of them. I think,
Did he
yeah,
buy like an Ollie's plugin, like, or something like a Ollie's
it's
package
a
that?
great question. It really is. Yeah, how many pictures of Ollie's mascots
Yeah,
does he? It's
right,
a great
James?
question. I don't know.
Amazing.
That said, he mainly knows Gary Frank from his incredible Hulk work. As you know, I hate Superman
Oh,
2.
that's right.
Yes. The cover looked a little rough, though. I will say thanks, Dad. Yeah, Meek and the Howler was cute. I gave it 3 stars. I believe it's an Oni book, but like aimed at younger audiences. Maybe it's not Oni. Okay, I said that. I'm not sure, so don't quote me. But it was cute and I liked it. Basically, this little kid, you see what's wrapped around him. He thinks it's like this scary monster, but it's actually just a vacuum in his house. Like
Oh,
that has like an extra, like one of those weird vacuums.
yeah.
But in his head, it's a monster. So it was cute. I liked it.
Very cute.
Yeah. And that's it. Those are my digital reads. Thank you. Thank you.
By the way, I almost feel like we should just put all our reads.
I mean,
The
kind of.
I'm I'm
Should
en I'm enjoying the slides.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to keep doing that for sure. Crazed on their reading of Page Boy. Yeah, I'm finding it okay so far, but I'm really just taking it for what it is. Just these snapshots of his experiences that you sort of sit with and think of how they may have affected him, and got him to where he is, and maybe find something to relate to along the way. I can appreciate that, but at the same time, I don't like if I'm listening to a memoir, I don't want to have to think about what may have affected him. I want him to tell me,
Mhm.
right? So that lack of like introspection is what bothered me. But hey, if you get something out of it, I'm happy for you. Like I want that to be the case.
Maybe it should have been an essay collection.
Honestly, yeah. Like
Hmm.
if it didn't say a memoir on it
Mhm.
and it was just like life essays, I could have absolutely gotten behind it more.
Yeah,
But I don't know. It's not what I thought it would be.
I get you.
Um, I I do have some physical reads. Do you also?
I have one.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was playing with um, okay. My friend Kristen here gifted this book to me.
Oh yeah.
I read Tegan and Sarah's Junior High, art by Tilly Walden. I have tabs. I have 2 tabs to share.
Ooh, tabs.
So I enjoyed this. I shared some of these thoughts with you already. I gave it 3 stars. I know you saw that on Goodreads because you liked my post. I enjoyed it. I do think, and again, you know, it was interesting when I said this to Kristen. She admitted, she's like, I can't, I can't read this book and see it through those eyes, like what I'm about to
Yeah,
describe. Like I said, I thought this was more for a Tegan and Sarah fan, right? And not that I dislike them, I just don't know a lot of their music, right? So when I said that's Kristen, she was like, well, I can't even put myself in that mindset because I am like a huge fan. So I enjoyed it, but I do think like if this was, you know, junior high based on Duran Duran, I would have like devoured it and loved every second and would want more, right? That's just how it goes, I think.
you should
Um
pitch that.
right. But I do think that it's some of the best Tilly Walden art I've ever seen.
I
There's
agree.
some that's what I tabbed 2 pages that I wanted to share.
Oh,
I
that's like my favorite one, I think.
I really did love this page a lot, this spread a lot. And then there was one other one. Um, hello. Okay. Nope. Having a problem. Oh, here we go. And I really liked that one too.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
So I enjoyed it. I'm glad I read it. I did like the art. And I do, and I know everybody says this about Tilly, and I'm not looking to jump on her, but they're like with the friends, I did get confused sometimes on who was, you know,
Same face syndrome.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but I'm not, who cares, right? And in a way, for this book, I think that worked.
Yeah. She had to
You know what
draw
I
the
mean?
same face a lot. Yeah.
Well, because they're like, you know, kids of a certain age, and like they weren't. I mean, this is I'm not describing this correctly, but they weren't like the key characters, the key people in it. So it was fine.
Right.
But yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. I wanted to get more out of it. I wanted to love it more because I know you loved it, and this was like your dream team.
Sure.
But totally happy that I read it. So thanks again
Well, I'm
for the
glad.
copy.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't hate it at least.
No, I didn't hate it at all. I read it pretty quickly, actually.
Cool. We love that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Craze. I'm glad you get what I'm saying. Ben Grimm is the best, according to my dad. My dad says I understand Kristen met Tegan and Sarah a couple times. This is true. So many I've lost count.
I love that.
They're lovely. So I have a whole stack beside me. If you saw the thumbnail, that is my physical reads.
That really is what you read?
Yeah.
Oh, dealing with
It's
the
actually missing a book because I finished one earlier.
Wow. Champion reader.
You know what? I'm just trying my best.
I'm
So
gonna
let's go through them.
sit back with my drink.
If I could pick up the stack, I would, but it's too heavy. This is
Uh-oh.
too much going on. But I finished this earlier. This is the Rita Mae Brown
Wait.
and Stevie Pye Brown. Yeah.
I wish Jessica was here. You're reading your cozies now?
Oh,
What's
you don't
going
know
on?
the summer reading program this Sunday
Oh,
at 1 p.m. Eastern
that's
will
the
be
one?
on this. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is Murder on the Prowl. Yeah, it's one of the cat cozies that I have. I will say, no, I'm gonna save my thoughts. I have
Come on.
thoughts.
Tell us
I have,
something.
okay, I'll tease it. I will say that these are, you know this, Mary. Cozies are supposedly made where you can just jump into any volume and enjoy your life.
Okay.
Right? But I think the fact that this is book 6 hurt me in my reading of it because there are so many characters. There are just so many characters. And I assume they were slowly introduced throughout. So I have thoughts, and I will say it made me want to read my other cozies that I have too many of. But to start at book 1 with all of those series. So,
but wait, whose idea was it to start on book 6?
To be fair, we looked at what I had, and what I had a double of, and it was this book.
I got you.
Because Jessica's like, what? How do I get these?
Yeah.
So yeah, again, not the best choice, I think. But here we are. So
okay,
I'll have more to say on Sunday.
Okay.
I don't know that our discussion of this will be that long, by the way. So if you join Sunday, we'll be talking about other stuff too, and you can hear what I thought about a cat cozy and other things. So we'll have a good sponsor, not sponsor as well, not a real sponsor, a '90s thing sponsor. Did you know it was book 6 when you started? Yes. So these cozies are supposed to be made where you can just jump in any book.
Is that
That's what I
from
was
like
saying.
the 90s? Possibly.
It's possible. Let's see. Yeah, 98.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cozy mystery has been tweaked a little bit since then. I think now for sure,
Yeah.
right? You can just jump in, but maybe it was different then.
Well, and they're all supposed to be where you can jump. And hey,
Hey,
I
hi.
it does start with, hey, here's all the characters. Like here's the cast of characters.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, my brain can't retain all this, but
Yeah,
here we
that's a
are.
lot.
Okay, but other things I can say more on. Tower Kind. I finished this last night. Um,
Oh.
it is one of those books I got from the Heroes Aren't Hard to Find comic shop. It has these big French flaps that are
Canadian
cool.
flaps.
Canadian flaps, yeah. According to Richard, yeah. Mr. Call him that. I wanted to like this so much.
Oh, wait, can I tell everyone a little tiny story about this book and others?
Yeah.
I caught I'm going to use the word caught. I caught Kristen. There was like a bookshelf, right? Like picture a bookshelf that had like some books standing up displayed, and then there were like smaller books like that laid down. I don't know what happened. Kristen bought she like cleared the top of the bookshelf a little bit.
There were some just like sitting there, and
She
this
was
was
like,
one.
"That's
And I was like,
mine. That's
huh?
mine."
And the other one was the locket one you hate. And
Oh,
which
you had to bring up the locket.
Freddie agrees there's too many characters. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I needed an old fashioned
Yes.
recap, but I didn't have it.
That
So
is so underrated. Those should be in everything, I think.
I actually agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to reread several books in the series because I can't remember because the next one
Right?
came out years later.
Totally.
I'm good. So I did read it though,
Okay.
and I like the cartooning in it. I like the art, but it essentially was about these towers where people live in like Toronto,
Okay.
and it has a whole introduction about that, which I thought there was going to be more, like a whole big long introduction about Canada and where this is like set and everything. So I was like, oh, this will really be interesting. This will be.
Yeah.
It's about these people who live in this tower, and then basically an asteroid's going to come and like kill everybody.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. So I didn't enjoy it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't enjoy it. I gave it a 2. So
Oh.
you're like, yikes.
Are we going to let somebody else read that now?
We are going to give this to Second Charles. That's right.
You're so generous.
You know what? I'm glad to I'm glad.
Oh dear. This is a great photo of you though, if you're frozen and it's not me frozen. She's back. There you are.
Every time you say "oh dear," I just assume it's happening because I can't see it on my end.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I'm glad to get rid of it, I think is what I was saying.
Let's say when you aren't going to keep a book, I'm going to ask you, are you going to give that to Charles?
Yeah, Mr. Charles. Stanley was the king of that for decades. Yeah, I don't love it in comics.
Really?
Every issue of the comic, every single issue?
What's wrong with that? Oh, you're looking around.
No. Hold on. If it's like a recap page you can skip, that's fine.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
What
you can
Stan
skip
Lee
it.
would do was he would start the thing, start the comic, and then start recapping in it like and I'm just like, I can't handle this. So Super Laugh Art's here. We're both well. How about you?
How's it going?
Let's see. This is what happened when you give a book 2 out of 10. I mean, 2 out of 5, but it translates. It's a big Marvel philosophy of every comic is someone's first, right? Yep. I wish I could have seen it. I didn't see
Because
it.
you were like, it was
I was like,
very, yeah, it was great. It was great.
see, I found the key was to skip every description box in Silver and Bronze Age. Honestly, that is how you should read it. Yeah. I wish I could do that, but I think my brain's just like, I have to read all the things on the page.
Right, because you might think you're missing something.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I also read the Laugh Out Loud Cats Sell Out. This is by A. Coford. So these are like internet jokes, but in old school kind of like cat LOL speak with like really great cartooning. I really like his art. It was a little ridiculous, but I also liked it and think I want to keep it.
Oh,
That,
okay.
yes, it was enjoyable. It was ridiculous, but I had a good time with it. And I got this used and just have a freaking little
Oh,
signed book plate in here, so that's cute. But yeah, I really like the art. I want to like check out the other stuff this guy has done.
nice.
Yeah, so it's fun. Um, speaking of the Locket, I read the Locket book.
I could tell when you picked it up, I heard it like start to jingle. Already annoyed.
Okay, Little Toonies Snail Diaries by Grace Gogarty. This cover is what made me want to pick it up. It's kind of incredible.
It is a great cover.
Yeah, you have a snail with like pasta writing in their diary with a little cat, and then here's some of the characters you get to see. Here's the thing. Pick this up. Didn't even read the back of it, Mary. I was just like, I glanced through it. I was like, I have to have it. And you were like, that locket, it's the worst. And I was like, I know. So, I have to get it. So I didn't even realize because I didn't read the back. These are actually autobio comics, but the author is the snail.
Of course.
Who would have thought? Not me. And it was, and it's dedicated to their cat who passed, Goop. Oh, there's some like Goops in throughout these diaries, right? And they are truly just everyday things that happen to Little Toonie. Ball Pits of Hell is one
Oh.
where they deal with a ball pit, right? Um, Life of an Artist, little things about Goop being silly times. When I say these were, I would laugh out loud. Laugh
Oh.
out loud at a lot of it. I loved this so much, Mary.
Okay. All right, good.
I loved this. I didn't love the stupid locket, but I loved the book with the stupid locket. So I'm glad I got it.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
good.
keep it. I'm very excited for more someday, I hope.
I'm happy for you then.
It was a good time. I think you could enjoy this. If you'd like, I will select some little comics, as many of them are one pagers, and send them to you and you can see what you think.
Okay. Because then maybe I could read it digitally.
Yeah, I believe it's on Hoopla. It's Silver Sprocket. They have a lot of stuff on there. So
What's the name of that thing? The Snail Diaries?
Little Toonie Snail Diaries. You're gonna read it. You're gonna be like, Kristen, this is 1 star. Like,
Everyone's probably like, yeah, read it. Mary's
it.
gonna hate that.
I mean, there's just little moments like, okay, house is where the home is what this one's called.
Okay.
And there's a little goofy penguin that says home is home on his hoodie.
Okay.
And then little Toonie reacts to that. That's it. That's like the whole page.
Oh, I'm buckled over in laughter. Sorry.
I'm not saying like that. Just
No,
like
that's-
here's an example of a little silly moment. Like,
No, I'm teasing you. I get that. Sometimes like those little like one-liners, those little moments are
I mean, dog and
that's
cat
cute.
humor.
That's cute.
Okay, I'm just saying. I loved it. Loved it so much. 5 stars. Loved it.
Wow. Oh, they do have it. Little Toonies Snail Diaries.
Maybe we'll feel different, Mary. It's okay. I'm not saying go read it right now.
It happens, right?
You know, just
Listen, that's worth putting on my favorites list.
there you go. It took my dad 3 weeks to finish an 800-page whole comedy. I wouldn't have done it, Dad. It sounds terrible. Stanley, do what he wanted. Yeah, I heard that. It took me a while to reconfigure, but even Burn just literally describes the art in that box. Like, bro, you drew it. Exactly. Mara, do you have Hoopla at your library? If you don't, what are we doing here? But, or you know what? You love buying stuff. You should just buy it. Buy it, get the dumb locket. You'll make Mary mad with it. It'll be great. Little Toonie snail diaries.
And you have to keep jingling it too.
I really think, Mara, I think you'll like it. It's fun. Does the snail book say swears? Absolutely. Yes. Yes, there are swears. It is not for children.
You're like, you like to buy things, Mara. Catherine's going to jump in and be like, hello, what are you doing?
I do like to buy. I'm same, but
all of us, right?
Yeah. I also read some manga from the library. Look at me.
Look at you.
Hello, Melancholic. This is volume 3. Hello. And this is the last one. So this is, of course, Yuri. They're dating. It's cute. This girl is a drummer in the school band, and not in the school band. No, they have their own band. Their own band. Trombone player. Unique for a band, right? And she's really shy, and she's not, and I enjoy it. There's only 3 volumes total. I had a good time. That's all you need to know, right?
Are we keeping that? Are we?
It's the library, so I'm not gonna keep that.
Oh, I have bad listening skills.
I'll get in trouble if I keep that, Mary.
I can't keep it, Mary. Pay attention.
Oh, Danny, you gotta buy the Snail Diaries, please. Please do.
Look what you're doing to people.
I love it. Everyone buy the Snail Diaries. It's so good.
Everyone is gonna have a locket on their diary book.
I love it so much. Here's the thing. I'm like,
here it comes again, everyone.
I'm not actually gonna take these keys off and lock it, am I? That's too much. Right? Should I, Mary? I haven't done it. It's just there's a little thingy here.
I'm curious. Try to unlock the lock. I mean, I'm curious if it's a real lock or it's just a prop.
Well, I'd have to get the keys off of it because it is locked. Like I'm pulling it. It's not.
Oh, I see.
I think it is a lock.
Uh-oh.
Did you hear that? Reid wants me to lock it live on air. I can't get this off, Reid. I can't get the keys off.
It's like a little spring thing, right?
It's like a key ring.
Yeah.
But little. He's doing it.
What controversy if you go to unlock it and it doesn't work?
Mara says we need to know if it's a real lock. If it's fake, I will not buy. Okay, Mara, if it's real, you're buying. Freddie's excited you're here, Reid.
Mara has what do you call it? Ethics.
That's right. Danny says, has anybody read The Second Coming by Mark Miller? No.
Should we?
Yeah, should we? Careful, it might open a portal to a silly place or something.
You're right.
Okay, why are you doing it? You told me to do it. You're not on.
Reid.
You're not on. You just. Why would you?
Don't tell us what happened.
I don't know what happened because I made him stop. But no one can see you.
That's good.
All right, Reid got the keys off for me. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
This is bad.
Don't be mean to me.
This is riveting.
It worked.
Yes, now take it off and throw it away.
Mary wants me to throw it away. That's funny. Hold on, I'm gonna lock it.
Just so Reid can't read it. Hide the keys.
All right.
Hide the keys.
Yeah, I was gonna say people place your bets in the chat now for how long it takes Kristen to lose the keys and she'll never be able to read.
It's locked now. It's a real lock.
And you're gonna be like, Mary, I can't believe you made me do that. I can't find the keys.
I'll just put the keys back on this. It's not a secret.
You couldn't get it on.
You're right. Can you put it back?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, you never know when a tiny lock is necessary. You know what, Reid? Could we use that for something?
Like what?
I don't know.
What are you gonna lock up?
Something for Buffy, so she can't get into it because this is a little lock.
Maybe
she's
she
a
has
baby.
She has a little purse with the keys in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Danny says so far, yes. God tasked this superhero to watch out for Jesus when he came back
Oh,
to
boy.
Earth. Do you know this, Reid? LOL, I'm liking it so far. I'm about halfway through the first trade.
Nice.
Second coming, yeah.
I've heard about it. I've just not.
All right. He's heard about it. He hasn't read it.
Okay.
That looks more sturdy than a CGC case. That's right.
Ooh.
Thanks, Reid. He's rolling his eyes at me. All
Look,
right.
Mara wanted you to send the lock to me. I think that's a good idea.
Oh. Okay, I'm hitting purchase. Do it. Love that.
Look what you did.
I love it so
Look
much.
what you did. Selling
So
books
excited.
left and right.
So excited. All right, catch these hands. I also got this from the library. It's a Yuri manga, where these, what else do I read? These two girls they get in fights in school, not like together, but they start getting known for like being like badass girls who get in fights, right? They're rough girls. So they get a bad reputation, basically. And they start getting in fights, and then they become each other's like rival.
Oh.
So they become like each other's rival at the end of school. So then they meet years later, they run into each other. And of course, dating ensues, right? I liked it. I don't know. Got from the library.
Is that a volume 6?
It's volume 1.
I'm kidding.
I did finish Boys Run the Riot, which is only 4 volumes. I didn't realize it until I finished the 4th volume. I've been reading these from the library. It is about this trans character here who starts a clothing company with his friend. And it's so fun and interesting and weird and different. And by weird and different, I mean like just a clothing company, right?
Right.
It feels like a great example of manga can do anything and make it interesting. So that fashion aspect part of the clothing part of it wouldn't normally care, right?
Right.
But they made it fun and interesting. The fact that the main character is trans was great too, because I don't see that a lot in manga, right? And I thought it was really well done. So only 4 volumes. It's worth it. And the art's really good in it too. I liked it at least. So yeah.
Nice.
4 volumes. I also read volume 7. Here's a volume 7 for you, Mary. Of The Way of the House Husband. I mean, come on. If you don't know this already, this house husband is ex-Yakuza. So he's like gruff, but now he's a house husband. So he's not. He's kind of lovely and sweet, and like kind of everyday moments you see throughout like his old persona coming out, right? So it makes for like funny, silly stuff, but he's also like a sweet guy. So it's fun. It's really fun. I like it still. I read it from the library, and it's worth it. I enjoy it. Yeah. I also read Every Day. I told you about this one.
Yes. I didn't know you finished it.
I did. This is based on the David Leviathan book that many people may know. It's a very popular book. Where basically this person wakes up in a different body every day. They don't have their own body, wake up in a different body every single day. And then they essentially fall in love with a girl they meet throughout one of their days that they spend in someone else's body as her boyfriend. So they keep waking up and decide to tell her what's going on and how they live. And it's about their relationship and if they can even have one with this kind of thing. Super interesting. I didn't know what it was about actually coming in. I just heard that book, everybody talks about it a lot.
Definitely. Yep.
But I really liked it. I thought it was very interesting, deep in ways I didn't expect. There's even a moment, I should have tabbed it. Let's see if I can find it. Because you meet like a lot of different people through this person who keeps changing bodies. Different people of all varieties, but there was one. Oh, I'm not going to find it now, am I? I thought I could easily, maybe, but I don't. Maybe. Yeah. Never seen this in a comic. Maybe ever. And I immediately just walked in the other room where Reid was, and I was like, "Does this make you happy?" And he was like, "Oh." So this person wakes up one day in the body of someone who has an insulin pump. So you can
Aw.
see his insulin pump right there, and then he stands up, and you can see it, as well as his sensor and everything. And Reid's a type 1 diabetic. He has an insulin pump. Not even mentioned. They just the person
Yeah.
moves on with their life, and I was like, "How great is this?"
That's so
Something so
cool.
little you don't think about, but I was like, "Oh my gosh, Reid, this is great." So I love that. So yeah, I really enjoyed this library read. I'd read it again. I think you'll enjoy it, Mary.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
You should be. More library reads. Project Not. So this is
So,
from
off
what?
the bat, I hope you don't like it. So you could be something like blah blah blah. Not.
No, I liked it.
God, man.
I know. So this was about this boy in, I guess, high school or college. I can't remember now. But he is dealing with a lot of stuff. He gets upset because his mom wants to like send him away to maybe a boarding school or something. So he's like, forget it. I'm gonna go like hop a bus and meet my pen pal that I've had for a long time. I've never met her. And this is in the 90s. So he gets on a bus and then he wakes up and it's the year 2122. So he's like, what's happening? What is everything? Because he's from the 90s. So that happens. This is originally a web comic, and I think it has a cool art style. I like the art style too, and I just thought the characters were like really well developed. It was like a good time. So then you kind of, he has to navigate this world, figure out how he got here, why he's here. Essentially, he figures out that there's this big tech company that's doing these experiments on people, and they take people from different eras of time for a time travel exchange program. So this group of people with him were from the 90s, and they were sent here for a time travel exchange. You get assigned to one person from that time and that era to like be your guide throughout everything. And they have to do various appearances and like different things, do like presentations on like the differences of their technology then, now, or like their life doing this.
Sure.
And huge differences from 90s to then.
Right.
And I just thought it was really fun and well done and interesting, and the way it got a little twisty I liked too. So I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. So, and they made me fall in love, so we love that.
Spoiler.
Basil and oregano. Spoiler. I mean, look at this guy, Mary. Come on now.
Very
Do you
cute.
love him?
I do love him. He's cute.
His name is Tomato.
Of course his name's Tomato.
So Basil and oregano, they go to the school where they can do magic cooking. So
I was gonna guess cooking school. I mean, I'm pretty
Hey!
sharp. I'm sharp. I'm really sharp.
I
Yep.
love that.
Mhm.
So this is the big school that they go to, and they could do magic cooking, and it's all about the magic cooking school. And there's interesting little familiars that everybody has. This is a coffee one, which is cute. And of course, you have Tomato, the little tomato dog. And there's like, competitions and grades, and it's a magical boarding school. And of course, maybe they fall in love. Maybe they fall
No.
in love.
No.
I don't know. Maybe it was great. I liked it a lot. 4 stars. Then I read Flung Out of Space.
I mean, did you read 400 books the last 2
You're
weeks?
like, could you stop yet?
I mean, no one likes to show off, you know?
Listen, I'm almost done.
I'm sorry. I
Kind
should be supportive.
I get
Kristen,
it.
well done. Well
Thank
done.
you so much. Flung Out of Space, which is inspired by the indecent adventures of Patricia Highsman, who wrote, what was the book called? Why can't I think of it?
Wasn't it? Didn't she write Talented Mr. Ripley?
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah.
Was it The Taste of Salt? What was it? Something Salt, which
Yeah.
was Carol was based on the movie.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so it's about Patricia Highsman's life. She's not a good person. Yes.
At Heroes Con, you kept telling me to pick that up and buy it. I'm so mad I didn't listen to you.
Mary?
I had no idea what it was about, and
Mary?
when I realized what it
No, go
don't
ahead.
don't
Go
relate
ahead.
this to
Go
Schitt's
ahead.
Creek now.
Go ahead.
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have like I don't know if it is truly called an omnibus, but of her work.
Do you?
I do. And like
Mary.
I haven't read every book in there, but my point is you were talking to was that with Maddie or Jessica? I'm sorry. I should remember. Maddie.
Maddie, yeah.
I'm like, why didn't I buy that book? I would be so interested in reading that.
Mary, I think you'd really like it.
The-
Do you remember when I said, hey?
Like 3 times you told me to pick it
I
up.
literally kept going back to it. I was like,
Yeah.
Mary, it's $5.
It was like I
Like,
couldn't
Mary.
It's right on the cover.
It's on the cover. It's on the cover.
Look,
I was like,
everyone.
Mary, I really think you'd like this probably.
And I was like, no.
You're like, not
you
at all.
and your
$5.
locket.
Nope.
All right, listen.
You know,
I admit my faults.
it's fine, but you should read it. I think you would actually really like it. I gave this 5 stars. It's one of my favorite reads of the year so far.
Wow.
It goes into her life and her problems. There's a big introduction about how she's not a great person, and you will see those depicted.
Yeah.
Those things she does depicted.
Yes.
But it's still so interesting, and I notoriously don't typically like a main character that's unlikable. I struggle with that,
I get it.
but there's something about the way this was done. It was so well done. At one point, like, she meets Stan Lee. She's writing comics, but she thinks they're way beneath her, and she's very embarrassed by that. And all she wants to do is write her mysteries that she wants to read or write. It's just so well done. So I think if anyone's vaguely interested, hey, Mara, go buy this one too. You know who would have bought that book? Me. You're right, Mara. Unfortunately,
all right. Oh, look, Mara's turning on me now. What? That's all right. I still got Freddie for Freddie's.
Well,
Freddie's...
I have to say, if Mara's saying, "Hey, I would have bought," and I'm like, "Listen, I didn't see this book until Sunday. Unfortunately, Mara, you were gone."
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, but Mara, you should buy it. You should get it right now because I think you would like it a lot. That's great. Oh, and it's on Hoopla, Mary, so you can just.
Oh,
Hoopla
good.
it.
Okay, thanks, James. Yeah,
There you go.
I'll read it there.
There you go.
And spend triple on it, probably or more than triple.
But it's so great. I would recommend this to honestly everyone. Like, I think it's wonderful. So, yeah. Why would anyone want to read a book about a shitty person? LOL. I mean,
it's like, to me, that's the
it's history.
History.
It is.
Right?
Yeah. And she did some like great stuff, but
yeah,
also some bad stuff. You have my number. How dare you? You know what, Mara? Buy the book right now. Do it right now. Also, to be fair, I had not read it when I saw it at Heroes Con.
I know, but
I was just planning to read it. So I didn't know how great it was. I just,
I know.
I'm with you for the wrong reasons. I have too many books of bad people don't anymore. I gotta read Scumbag Noah because it's such an unlikable character, maybe. Yeah, I typically can't do it, but there's also something different, right? About this person really existed.
Oh,
this is how she was. There's something different about that. I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're saying, that I made up a fictional character.
If I'm going to spend my time with someone fictional, why do I want to? I don't know. But also, we could pick up several of these books. I'm sure there were some not so great characters in it, right?
You're making me think of a thriller that I read, and I was like, I hate everyone in this book because they were all unlikable. The Guest List.
Oh, yeah. And you were like, I hope they all die.
Yeah, I hope they all die. I don't care if everybody gets pushed off a cliff. Who cares? Maybe sharks will eat their bodies. Who cares?
Yeah.
But so I guess I know what you mean in that. But you know what? Sidebar: so many people loved Guest Lists. So again, what do I know?
That's true.
What do I know?
There was just something about, and the team, Grace Ellis and Hannah Templar, which I like a lot of their other work. They were just they were so good together. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
Wait, Grace Ellis, is that help me out.
Grace did some Lumberjane stuff.
Moonstruck? Did she is that Moonstruck?
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, that's
yeah.
duh, that's how I
Moonstruck,
know
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Hannah Templar did I mean tons of other stuff too. Cosmo Nights is the one that I know her from, but yeah, great stuff.
Cool.
Catherine, who's laughing on my cart, now has 17 books in it.
Catherine, look what
Good.
Kristen's doing here.
Listen, I'm just enriching the minds of our people.
As you would
Right?
say. Are you?
The Gothic and American Dream movie is pretty much all despicable characters, but still entertaining somehow. It is nice when that can be done well, right? I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. I've felt that a lot with stuff that can't be done well.
Mhm.
Because you have to like really be doing something if I can like that unlikable character, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
I really tried to read a complete Lovecraft book because book I was gifted and it's so unreadable, unlikable, and very, very racist. Only one decent short in the bunch. That is what a lot of people say about Lovecraft. Yeah, I haven't read any.
Me either.
I got an Ollie's book I read. Like recently. This was only $2 at Ollie's. In fact, it's still on the cover. This is Tech, the Modern Cave Boy. Yes, it's shaped like an old iPhone or something.
I'm like,
or an
it looks
iPod.
like I
Yeah,
want
it
to
has
take
like a
it.
little button. Yeah.
Okay.
This is by Patrick McDonnell, who does Mutts, who I adore.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
I was just immediately like, I'm buying this. Is it for children? Yeah. Am I still buying it? Yeah. So you start off by entering your password.
Did you enter your password?
I did. And then we get told a story throughout what looks like a web browser, right? Of this boy Tech who ignores stuff around him. There's a lot of stuff going on, and we're back in dinosaur days, right? And he's just like, forget it. All I want to do is like play on my like. Here's him playing some video games. He wants to play with all of his tech. His name's Tech. While his friends are like, I want you to come out and play, and he won't do it, and because he just cares about that. Of course, it's a story about how you need to put stuff like your phone down and enjoy your life around you and stuff. I still really enjoyed it, and I don't regret getting it. And I do like how the book is shaped. It's interesting.
It is. That sounds like a really good. I know people get frustrated when you say that, but I agree. Put the phone down.
Yeah, and there's a moment, of course, where he puts it down, which I will share. So Tech crashed. He's got the little loading button.
Oh, that's cute.
And he was totally disconnected. And then you're out of the frames for the rest of the book because he's like living his life and
Clever.
enjoying it. Yeah. So again, it's a children's book, but I love Patrick. I want to own all the Patrick books. And as you and I have said, books are books. I got something from this. I think anybody could. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy it. My dad says I love Lovecraftian concepts,
wow.
but his writing style is hard to deal with. I didn't get far. And Freddie's agreeing. I have boom mythologies based on Lovecraft, and that was fun. Roy Thomas dips and Roy Thomas dips and burrows heavily in a wonderful way, as did already Howard. Listen, how dare you bring up Roy Thomas in this show?
Listen, we gotta work through this.
You know, one day.
One day.
I'm still traumatized.
You'll be all right.
I'll be okay. Constellations.
I mean, anyone else? Is anyone keeping track of how many books this is now?
I can count. This is by Kate Glasheen. And this is well, is it the character of? Hold on. Oh, this is Claire on the cover.
Hey, Claire.
Yeah, who Claire is struggling with getting bullied by some people for how she looks. Her identity, figuring all of that out, not knowing, struggling a lot with the various things like that, to the point where she starts drinking and getting a real problem. So then a big majority of this book is her going to like a rehab with other youth who deal with drug abuse of some sort, right?
Okay.
It's intense. And it's a lot in the sense that there were moments where I was like, I've never read anything like this in a good way. Perhaps someone with better knowledge of how rehab programs work and like experiencing that would really potentially relate to this a lot. I thankfully have not, but I still find those parts really interesting, and it did something different and unique, and I liked that. At the same time, I didn't love it. I thought it was a good library read. I'm glad I read it. And the art style was pretty interesting and like sketchy, but like in a kind of nice way. It worked really well with the story.
Cool.
And then at the end, the author does go into how, you know, they have dealt with going to rehab and struggling with those kind of things. So they took from their own experiences with that, and that's cool. So anyway, it was a good library pickup.
Yeah, I'm curious about that one.
Yeah, it's interesting. Crema.
Oh, do they fall in love?
Mary.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know, every show I just get a little bit better.
This is too many. Barry talked to us about classic reads: Peter Pan, Alice, Treasure Island, H.G. Wells, Last of the Mohicans, Frankenstein.
I did just
Wow,
buy
Freddie.
a beautiful new copy of Dracula.
Ooh, we want to see it. Freddie Seneca.
Freddie's back. We got him back.
You know what? What did I rate this? Clearly, I've read too many because I can't remember half of my ratings.
I kid, but I am proud and envious of you.
Thank you so much.
No, seriously. It's awesome.
I do appreciate you.
Maybe if I didn't watch so many episodes of The Real Housewives of New Jersey in the last 2 weeks, I could have had more reading completed.
Hey, Mary, maybe if you would have watched some Schitt's Creek.
Oh my gosh.
Then you
what?
would have enjoyed your life. I don't know, because it's fun. No, I think I just want to bring joy to your life.
My housewives bring a lot of joy to my life.
I'm so happy for you. I am. I'm genuine in that. But what about Is This Cake?
How
Is This Cake 2 came out, Mary?
How long have you known me? Can you see me sitting down? Hey Kim, Alexander, bring Alexander. We're gonna watch Is This Cake?
That would be so funny. You should do it.
Kim would hate me.
She would hate you. Oh, I love that. Yeah, Crema. It was let's see, how do I describe this book? They said it somewhere, I thought. Something story in parts now. There's like 3 chapters. It was a Comixology originally.
Oh.
Dark Horse put it out. Did you say uh-oh?
No, I said oh.
Oh, I was like, I froze again.
I could really mess with you. I should just randomly say, oh dear.
Oh, you should.
I wouldn't do that to you though.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So one of our main characters sees, like, has a friend as a ghost. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I should read the back. Should I?
Okay.
Esme, a barista, feels invisible like a ghost. Also, when she drinks too much coffee, she actually sees ghosts.
Oh.
Yara, the elegant heir to a coffee plantation, is always seen, but only has eyes for her.
Aw.
Oh. Their world is turned upside down when the strange ghost of an old world nobleman begs Esme to take a letter from New York City to a haunted coffee farm in Brazil in order to reunite him with the lost love of a century ago, bringing sinister tidings of unrequited love. Oh. You know what, Freddie? Are you out? I gave it a 3. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. Glad I read it. Here we are. Okay. Mara, thank you. Is This Cake is so good.
Man,
I know. Mary,
I'm messing up with Mara tonight, big time.
I love it, Mara.
So the premise of this show is you have to is this cake? And then someone cuts into his head and it's like a dessert. That's the
There are
premise?
there's a group of bakers who bake cakes to look the same as other items. And then you have decoys, so that's the real things, and then you have a cake. And then comedians, typically it's a panel of comedians, like 3 comedians, have to guess which one's cake. And then if they do, there's prizes for the bakers who win and fool everybody,
Right.
etc. And then they eat the cakes, and it's fun. It's fun time. It's fun because it's so silly, and also it's like, oh my gosh, some of these bakers are just amazing.
Yeah,
The fact
I'm
that you
sure.
can make that look a certain way.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good comedians on. So just saying, it's fun, Mary. It's fun. Real Housewives and Schitt's Creek, both series deal with. You mean rich people? I assume. The rich and once rich. See, that's the big thing. The rich and the once rich. But hey, you already like Real Housewives, so. I'm not going to do that, Freddie, but you can. You're going to say I'd say it wrong? Maybe we'll get a kick from that. I mean, Johnny Christmas is. But is it not Christmas? I don't know. Fold in the cheese, Mary. Mary, that's a Schitt's Creek reference you don't get.
Listen, see, I believe I stated earlier, I know everyone's going to come for me for this, that Schitt's Creek, it's the Schitt's Creek fans that make me not want to watch it.
See, but you can say there are crappy fans for every.
Oh, no, I didn't say crappy. I didn't say I don't think crappy. It's just, when someone loves something, so I have an example. And don't say, well, I tried it. You could say it. I would never tell you what not to say. Superman. This is actually a good example.
Is it?
Yes, Superman. Millions love Superman. You do not. And Superman fans keep trying to make you read Superman. And you try, and you don't like it. Bad example? Okay example, I'll say.
Listen, I think it's different because I think anyone who's trying to make me read Superman just wants my reaction of it.
Oh, they want you to get all stirred up.
They want me to get all stirred up.
Okay.
When I say I'm sad you don't watch Schitt's Creek, it's because it's such a joy in my life, and I think many others. I just want you to also experience that and understand my gifts.
Okay. Well, that I could get.
You
That
know.
I can understand.
It's really all about you, Mary, and your well-being.
I've said this before, and I know this is not the thing anyone wants to hear. I don't find that main dude, I don't find him funny. I just don't.
Which main dude?
The guy, what's his face? The guy, the son of Eugene.
Oh, you're talking about Dan.
Is that Dan?
What do you mean you don't find him funny? What have you seen him in?
In a million clips and stuff that you cannot help but see all over social media.
You need context.
I just to me, it's like, I don't know.
You need context.
Fair. That's very fair.
It's like what? What are you?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I think his dad is so talented, and I just feel
He's
like
in it.
I know he's in it. But
Listen.
actually, wait, time out. I have seen during I think when the show first came out, whenever they were doing their whole circuit of interviews, I think it's the first scene of the first episode, or definitely from the first episode, where water falls in from the ceiling or something, and it gets all over Eugene, the dad.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the dad in the show too?
Yeah.
Okay. I was and I remember seeing, I was like, oh, I love him as an actor, So then through that circuit of interviews, that's where I saw a lot of clips of Dan. And just I don't know, I wasn't impressed. But I get it, what you're saying. You have to get the context. I get it. But I just feel like he's not original. Sorry, I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to anger people.
Mary, have you watched an episode? I mean, he's
not a full
episode.
Stuff.
He's
well, good for him. It doesn't make him original.
If you've seen the show, you'll understand it's an original show.
I understand that.
That's what I mean.
I'm not saying it's a remake. I'm saying his act, his thing, his shtick is not original, is what I'm saying.
I think it is, though.
Okay.
I think
I've
it
been
is.
wrong many
Also,
times in life.
he's not just playing like some gay guy. He's not even gay in the show. I mean, he's bi, so yeah, he's gay. But you know,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, get the context. I'm telling you.
I probably will never do it.
No, you won't. You won't. This monologue reminds me of Tainted Lemonade. Same.
Did you share the lemonade story with people? I feel like it's something you should just give a quick recap on because
I could, yeah.
I don't want anybody feeling left out.
So Mara and Mary and I and Catherine, of course, were at this ramen place in Charlotte after Heroes Con. And it was a series of events. In fact, I felt like the whole thing could have been an episode of Schitt's Creek, in fact, because it was so silly fun times. Hilarity ensued. Can't make this stuff up, but you do. So we get to the table. First off, Mary pulls out her chair, and her chair's soaking wet.
I was like, guys, I can't sit in this chair.
So the waitress comes, and Mary's like, "Can I get another chair? This one's wet." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll wipe it down and bring it back." And you're like, "No, it's soaked."
Like this chair went through a car wash. Like it was soaked.
Yeah, which was great. So then Mary just sat on a stool the whole time,
Which was great. I finally got to be taller than everybody else.
which was a great time. But Mara was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get a lemonade," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want a lemonade," because we were at this place that seemed a little. It's like wasn't an Applebee's, right? It seemed a little fancier than like an Applebee's.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's a nice place. So I was like, "Oh yeah, lemonade, probably fresh squeezed."
Yeah, I definitely
Make
thought
it
that.
every day. 100%. I was like, it's gonna be delicious lemonade. Yes, I also want a lemonade. Mara gets a lemonade. I get a lemonade. We're like so stoked for this lemonade. Try one sip, and we're like, what in the Minute Maid is this?
And here's the thing, I think that's an insult to Minute Maid.
It's
because
true.
Minute
It's true.
Maid at least is sweet. Like
Yeah,
you
it's true.
could have like, I taste sugar. Like
Right.
something.
Yeah, you're right. It was worse than that.
Yeah.
It was the worst lemonade I've ever had.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh no." And Mary was like, "You're being dramatic."
Yeah, here we go.
You had
Here
that
we
look.
go again.
Yeah, you had that look. You're like, there's no way it's this bad. You probably had flashbacks to when Maddie talked about when we got pizza here, and I had a Sprite, but it tasted like sewage. So I've had drink problems in the past. So you're probably like, she's dramatic. And then you were like, "Can I try it?" And I was like, "Absolutely. I hope you do." And then you tried it and was
Yeah.
like, "This is garbage."
It was like dirty water and
Yeah.
like perfume.
Yes.
Yeah.
You, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the accuracy, yes.
Mhm.
Not good. And Mara felt the same. Catherine felt the same. We all felt the same. We all had the lemonade, okay? And then there were these like sauces in the middle of the table, like seasoning sauce you could put in your
Yeah.
ramen.
It was like chili oil. It was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey, what if we add some of this to the lemonade? Will it help? It says seasoning." You know, I didn't think it would help, you guys, but
Like a shot. Like it might be a funny little shot to do or something.
yeah. So then we were like, "Yeah, okay. We're gonna do that." Mara and I.
Yeah,
So the-
Catherine and I? No.
Yeah, you guys were like, "Absolutely not."
No, thank you.
Anyway, we did it. It was terrible. It was not a good idea. I'm sorry,
I
Mara.
smelled it.
It smelled so bad.
It
Yeah,
it was bad. And they both drank it. They both took a sip.
we did. We did.
That's the story. I know that's
That's
like
it. It's sewage. Yeah, I don't know. It tastes like sewage. Why did I smell it for? Yeah, I did the same thing. It
well,
was
you
a
have to.
mistake.
That's what you do.
It was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yes, big mistake. My dad does say he was not a fan of Dan until Schitt's Creek.
I wouldn't know him. I don't think I'd know him before that.
Danny wants you to do one episode.
I mean, Danny's going for the dog. I mean, he's like, come on, dog.
People say that about us Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans. I mean, that's true too. I did tell someone today at work, like, hi, hold on, you like 90s shows for fun? Buffy. Yeah. Didn't one time Kristen say she watched Smallville one season? Smallville's like watching 2 seasons of Schitt's Creek.
Smallville one season.
Is that? I'll take it, Mary. I'll do that math. So I still have more books. Puppy Night.
Oh.
Den of Deception. Look at this nonsense. This is actually a book I got for Reid at that booth. And I was very excited to see it. It's Silver Sprocket. There's some beautiful art in this. I really like it.
Wow.
And it is a journey of a puppy knight who goes on search for treasure.
I
And
think
he
that's
has
on Hoopla. Sorry.
Yeah, you should totally read it. He's a little sidekick.
Cute.
Pugsley, I think was his name.
Aw.
And it's fast. It's fun. I really liked it. Reid read it. He really liked it. And I do think you will also really like it, Mary. So
Very cute.
it's no Schitt's Creek, but I do think you'll bring some joy to your life.
Well, you know what is,
So,
right? I mean,
honestly, what is?
yeah, what is? So
What is?
you can't compare.
Looks nice, but how does the new edition of Dracula look?
Oh.
Freddie's so bored, he just wants to see your stuff.
Oh. Do you want me to get it? I'd have to go get it. It's over there.
You did tease it.
I know. It's one of those new Barnes and Noble editions that they're putting out, and they're very inexpensive. But this cover on this thing pulled me in. So
love that. My dad also wants to see it, so yeah, you should go see it.
All right, please hold.
Freddie's not bored. He laughed through the whole Lemonade story. Good, Freddie. I'm glad. I don't want to bore you. Good news for everyone, though. I only have 3 books left. Can you believe that? We're almost done. It's going to be great. Especially because we get to see this cool Dracula book, right? And I've heard it before. Freddie, did I tell this story before? That makes sense. I probably did.
Oh no, did we tell the Lemonade story before?
According to Freddie, he's heard it.
Oh, well, we forget things.
Sorry, Freddie. I forget all the things.
Okay.
Should I make you big?
Sure, why not? I don't know if, oh yeah, this does do it justice. It's a little more red. Like, isn't it beautiful?
It's so pretty, that color.
Yes, so now they're called Signature Classics.
Is this replacing the ones with like the bars and the photos kind of?
Yeah, it has the flaps.
Nice.
And it's been a while since I've read Dracula, so.
How much are these? What's the list on that?
I think it was like, well, with my membership. Let's see.
How about for the average person?
For the average person, wow. I mean, $9.99.
Oh, well, heck yeah!
What in the world, right?
Mary,
I
that's
thought it
a
was
steal.
Yeah, so I got $1 off. It was $8.99.
That is wonderful. I love that. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Kristen, remember when BAM had an awful new printing of Dracula that said Stroker on the spine? Yes,
I
do.
No.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. A big yikes. Have you read Department of Truth? I bought the hardcover. Do I want to do this? I couldn't do this. I started to read that on Hoopla, and I could not get through it. I DNF'd it pretty quick. I was like, not for me.
Yeah, I saw that is on the red tag sale on IST for like $25.
Danny, maybe you'll love it, but I couldn't get through it. My dad wants that as a hardcover.
Oh, nice. You know, Larry, have you read the 18 in your cart? Are they all Kristen recommendations?
Okay. Mara, I need you to let me know what 18. I'm interested.
Larry, I just stumbled upon, I forget what it's called, but I don't have it, but I was like, I saw somebody else talking about it on BookTube, but there's like I think it's an Icelandic translation of Dracula that is very much different from this version that we all know. And I know there's an audiobook on it, so I know there's a physical. There definitely is a physical book of it. Actually, Kristen, Sue's Book Nook, was
Mm,
talking about it a couple months ago, and I stumbled upon it in Audible. So I don't know. It sounds interesting. I am curious, but I think I want to reread Dracula first before dipping into something like that. That is going to probably confuse me.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can't be mad at me, Mary. It could have been 18 things in your car.
Seriously,
It's
Freddie.
true.
Seriously.
Not all Kristens. Also, Catherine just yelled, "We are getting library cards." Good. Get library
Absolutely.
cards. See if your library has Hoopla. Ask them about it. It's so
Yes.
life changing. I promise.
Well, Mara's okay with reading digitally. Have we asked that?
Mara, are you? It's good with digital reads. Because we clearly swear by Hoopla. So
Yeah, Larry, I think I have your email now, but if not, I'll get it from Kristen and I'll send you a link to it. Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued. So if you like Dracula, I think you'd want to look into it too.
awesome. What number edition is that for you?
I think it's only the second because
Oh, okay.
I have like a nice hardcover um that's like in a slipcase
Nice.
that I got at BAM. That was really inexpensive. It was like one of their, sale on one of their sale tables. I think it was like $15, and it's really
Well,
and it has some like I think some illustrations and stuff in it. So I wanted a more like a copy that I wouldn't be afraid to like toss in my bag,
sure. That's
Like
still a nice copy, though.
yeah. I if you these signature copies, seriously, they're really nice. And like you said, they're to replace the old the with the bar across the
Yeah.
but I
Which were
do
they're pretty ugly, though.
they're
You
pretty
know.
ugly, but I do like how they're made as far as like how they flop open. And
Mm.
I have a couple and they just like they can take a beating.
Yeah, I think I do have a few as well. I found used,
Yeah.
but they're still kind of ugly. Mara's down with the digi.
Love it.
Love that. I don't think I own Dracula anymore, so next BNN, I'll throw that in.
Love
It is
it.
a great deal.
Yeah.
All right, Mary, I only have 3 left.
Oh,
I only
okay.
have 3 left. Okay.
I know I'm joking you about it, but I really if you had 10 to 15 to 20 more, I'd still be good with it.
I mean, I appreciate that. I did reread for the summer reading program Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane, which I read as a youth and really enjoyed. I still enjoyed it this time around. I will say the nostalgia probably made me enjoy it more than maybe I would have otherwise.
Yeah.
It is very much high school drama, but sometimes that's fun. So
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it the second time around. And
Cool.
if you want my further thoughts on it, you can watch that summer reading program in my live episodes. But yeah, it was fun. And then finally, I did read the first volume.
You did it.
Well, technically, it's volume 2, number 1, right? Of Precious Rubbish by Kayla E., who we talked about meeting at Heroes Con, who's super lovely. Tons of trigger warnings for this, so, not for kids. And this is about her life and a lot of trauma and abuse she went through as a kid. The way it's depicted is interesting because it's all like it's not like graphic, which is
Right.
good, right? Like
Right.
it could
Right.
be, but it's not. I will say here's the stamp. We talked about the stamp before.
The stamp.
I enjoyed this. It was for what I could, right? I'm like, oh, also this is like your trauma and it's terrible. But I like the way it was done. There's a thing on the back that's about her year through like 1 year of her childhood or upbringing, where she goes through each month and talks about little things that happened.
Hmm.
And some of them are like, oh, blah, 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 this is nice. And then something bad happens. And oh, this is nice. And then this is terrible, right? Which apparently, I know we talked to Jess about some of that too. Like, this is how she helped herself get through that trauma and process it. And I'm sure it took all her life too. She's an adult now. She's fine. Like,
Right.
or, she's better. And yeah, I'll be interested to read the rest of it for sure. And I do look forward to this hardcover coming out.
Me too.
In 2025. But I'm glad I picked this up. So
Yeah, I need to get reading that. And I say me too that I'm curious about the hardcover. It's just because our experience with talking
Yeah.
with her and everything. Like I just want she was such a amazing person, and just from the little bit that I know, just like that whole thing where you meet somebody and you're like, they have been through so much and they are standing in front of me, living life,
Yeah.
happy, succeeding, and just
And being a
doing it.
lovely human too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
So
that, but just based on that, I will buy everything she puts out for, moving forward.
I'm with you. James says, I feel like we should get Mara on here and she can go over books you recommended and see she made some good or bad choices on the books you told her about. James, that's actually a great idea.
I love that. Mara, would you do that?
Mara, would you be into that? Buy those 18 books in your cart. Let's go. Mara, text me those books in your cart later. We'll go over those.
Yeah,
Maybe I can help you narrow them down.
Can we see it in the group chat so I can
Yeah.
because I'm nosy.
Yeah, 100%. Not 100% you're nosy, but like
No, I am nosy. No, I take that as
like,
a compliment. No. Yeah.
Well, we're
Uh-oh.
at 210. I've finished the books I read.
Oh.
We could go to books we want to read, but should we even?
Well, I could share. I have 2 books that I'm working on.
Please.
And so I obviously would like to finish those by the next time we talk and it's realistic. And then I have 1 book that I bought along with Dracula.
Love
that I'd like to show because I am going to read that this week because it's one that I've been wanting to read. Okay.
And I do have a little stack of things.
Cool.
2 books I'm reading and then some books I do want to read by next time.
Nice.
That I think is actually kind of realistic. So
right. So I found this book in the Dollar Tree, the $1.25 tree. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting a copy for Kristen too.
Love that. Love
this may be, if I was really being honest, this might be the first book that I purchased at a Dollar Tree and I'm actually reading it.
I adore that statement because
is that right? Maybe I'm wrong, but
I'm not sure I wrote any of mine yet either. So
right?
Yeah.
So it's The Secretary by Renee Knight. I started this. I don't know, I started reading it on the train, and I'm already on page 60.
Were you a girl on the train?
I was a girl on the train. And it's been so hot here. Everybody on the train. People aren't smelling that nice on the train.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I'm so sorry.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the book. So this is a thriller, as you could guess. The colors, I think I love this color blue.
I agree.
It just pulls me in.
Yeah, it's kind of stunning. Yeah. Could I say that? Is it stunning?
Could say stunning.
Yeah.
This is a tiny little thing, which makes it even more fun.
Love that. Yeah.
Do you see the secret?
Ooh.
Terry.
Oh, I get it. Oh.
So, it's a thriller about this woman who works for a very high-profile executive, and I'll leave it at that. And apparently, I'm guessing I don't want to. I didn't even read the back. I don't need to read the back to describe this book. So you're kind of there. There's like they're going back and forth in time, and it seems like the secretary probably knew a lot about the executive and is getting punished for that. I mean, I'm on page 60. But it's really like it's written. It's like when people say something's a page turner. Like I think you'll enjoy this. This will be like a super quick read for you. And you know me, like unless there's some crazy ending, I am very curious. I know I'm already like really hooked. So it's just about this secretary in today's world, administrative assistant, executive assistant, and about all the secrets that she holds, all the information that is shared with her. And at times she feels invisible because, all these very important conversations are going on in front of her, personal, business, everything. And because people are in a certain mindset at work, they know she's in the room, but they speak as if she's not. So it's just there's so many different moments that happen within this book. I'm like, working in a corporate office, like, oh, I can so relate to some of the stuff that's going on. So it's pretty interesting too. Obviously it's a thriller, but it's also, it kind of dips into, depending on where you work, I guess. But I feel like you don't have to work in a corporate office to experience some of these things. And it's so, on that side of it, like the business side of it and the way, office culture is and stuff like that. Like, to me, that's very interesting as well. So I'll let you know how it goes. But I think I could off the bat say I think you would enjoy this book so far.
Well, thank you for getting me a copy. You're making me want to grab it and actually open it up.
Yeah, it's such an easy read. Like,
yeah, I need that right now. I feel
Yeah.
like after finishing that audiobook this morning, I was like, and then I showed you the 2 audiobooks I got in, and I was like, I don't know what to do because
Yeah.
I just felt so distracted and like I couldn't handle an audiobook. So
I
I
know
put
what
on a
you mean.
podcast and I was like, into music, and I was just like, I can't do it.
No, I get that.
So I think actually picking up like a physical prose and reading it would be beneficial to me right now.
I get that.
That makes sense.
Yep. So the other thing I'm reading is Giant Size Little Marvel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's
love it.
taking me so long. I just say, like, sort of like what you just described. I keep getting distracted by things, and then lately, even though I love to have like a bunch of books going at one time, lately I'm having a harder time doing that. But anyway, this is this book is so much fun.
Isn't it? You're making me want to reread it. Like, it's so cute.
I mean, can you even with this Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
I can't even.
Yeah.
So it's like, all of the it's all the Avengers and the X-Men. Little. Tiny. And they're like, it's their shenanigans in the neighborhood, and they have like their tree houses. Oh, that's so funny. I just opened up to this page.
The treehouse, yeah.
The tree houses, and like it's so. Listen, I don't think I'm gonna like walk away from this book having like learned a lot of life lessons, but it is just adorable.
It's just a joy,
And there's some times that I'm just like, there's some really good humor in here too, like, some Wolverine jokes, and and like amongst the Avengers, like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. I don't know what's taking me so long. I mean, this thing couldn't be any thinner. But I've just been dipping in and out before bed. That's probably the problem.
I don't know what Freddie's guessing on.
no,
Is it how long you're taking? Freddie? What's it mean?
Tell us, Freddie.
What's it mean, Freddie? So on kind of the similar note, I've just gotten distracted by other books, but I told you before I'm working on Girl Juice by Benji Nate.
Yes.
I haven't picked it up since, even though I'm like 52 pages in and I'm loving it. And I just got distracted by all the stuff you just saw. So I think a lot of it was I had all these library books piled up and I wanted to read them to get through them and get rid of them, right? But yeah, I do want to finish this. I want to get back into it really soon. And I did also start another library book, The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich.
Kristen.
Yep, that's what I'm reading. Listen, it is about this princess.
And a grilled cheese sandwich?
Well, I haven't met the grilled cheese sandwich yet, so we'll see. But her father, I think, is the well, she's a princess. He's like the king, right? And he he's dying, and he
oh no,
I know. And he wants her to marry someone real fast, someone real fast. So he's bringing in all these guys, and he's like, "This is a great guy, la la." And then she's finally like, "I don't like any you, gross. I don't like any of them. I don't want a guy at all. I don't want to marry a guy, right?"
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Well, and the king's like, "Yeah, honey, I know that. Like, I know you. It's all good. But I'm dying." And she didn't know. So he starts like coughing up blood. And he's like,
"What the?"
No.
Mara, don't put this in your cart.
Mara, I haven't finished it yet. I'll let you know. But so he's like, basically, he's like, you won't get anything, any of this, if you're not married.
Oh no.
So unfortunately, there's some kind of nonsense where she has to be married to some dude to like get any of anything he has and be of any sort of anything. So he's like, just take one for the team. I want you to have a good life after me, blah blah blah. So she ends up having to kind of go undercover as a guy, and she
Oh,
moves and basically says she's his son, because then if she were also a man, then she could get his inheritance or whatever, right? Or her inheritance. So I don't know what's happening yet, but I'm enjoying it. I don't know where the grilled cheese comes in. I do know a lot of the princesses that she meets throughout this are named after cheese.
I think she's going to meet a chef or something.
Well, she's already met this princess here,
All right.
and I assume they're gonna, because that's her. I assume they're, you know what? Are they gonna fall in love? Probably.
Probably. We know how these things go.
So. The reason for Mary's hate James is correct. Talking about the item Mary bought.
You guys, I'm sorry. This is probably really clear, but
I also have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, wait. The reason for Mary's hate, James is correct. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know both James and Freddie are probably like yelling at us right now.
Yeah, and we're like nearly 2.5 hours in, and we're just tired. I think, not to speak for you. Who wants to see pics of Kristen with Jim Gaffigan from 2007? Okay, Dad, I'll check my email. Hold on.
I do.
His email says subject show these. Okay, Dad. Very demanding. Okay. I will present. I almost hit Alexander again.
Where was this?
This was in my hometown.
Oh.
Yeah, in Indiana. And he was very nice. Look at my dad just looking at him. He didn't even look at the camera.
Oh, I thought your dad was looking at your mom.
No, look at that eye line. He's looking right at him.
Kristen, you look like if you told me, "Oh, that's my sister."
Yeah.
Like your twin sister or something.
Yeah, I look a little different. Those are Green Day buttons on my bag there.
No, you don't look different. That's my point.
Oh,
but it's just obviously the hair is different. I mean, we all have
yeah.
different hair at different times, but I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah, that was me. So that's us and Jim Gaffigan. Let's see. Let's take that off.
Your parents are cute.
Yeah, they're fun. He sent me another photo he wants me to show. So let's do this.
I love this picture time. I do. I think it's fun.
It is fun.
I have to think of something I'd like to share.
That is me getting my Jim Gaffigan CD signed by Jim Gaffigan.
You're like, hey, do you know the show Schitt's Creek?
It's gonna be big in many years.
Big deal.
Big deal.
You're like, oh, did you watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Hey, Jim, do you like cats?
Do you like cats? You know what? I wouldn't even said I like cats back then.
Oh, that's right. I always think you've always loved cats.
I know, it's weird, right?
Yeah. That's cool, though.
I had a dog back then. Look, I also love dogs. I love them all.
I know.
That's what that is. Thanks, Dad, for sending those. It's a good time.
Does anybody want to see Jim Gaffigan meeting my dog Alexander? No.
How great would that be?
Would that be funny?
Yeah, that would be funny. I'd like that. All right. I think we did it.
Oh, wait, I have one more.
Oh, you have more.
So this is the other book I bought at Barnes & Noble. And I know you want to read this too. Monstrous by Sarah Meyer.
So exciting.
Sarah was at Heroes Con. And she had this book displayed on her table. It's just a display book. We were very upset. There was a split second. We're like, oh my goodness, can we buy this now? Was not the case. Oh, that's the back. Pretty cool, right?
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
So this is a transracial adoption story. I mean, doesn't that make you want to read it right now? Um, everybody has the
French
French,
flaps.
aka Canadian flaps. So just to give you a quick, I know we're running. It's 10 o'clock. Well, here. I know we've been on a while. Kristen's like, Mary, I'm trying to wrap this thing up.
No,
And
it's okay, but you know what? I'm still confused by Freddie.
oh, wait,
Freddie.
not yelling, emphasizing as someone that one.
Okay, but
Well,
Freddie. What's she saying though? Please help.
yeah, it's like you could speak to us like we're like, 8 years old, just so
Honestly,
we
yeah.
understand. It's fine. I won't be offended.
Please. Also, this made me laugh. How do you pronounce Eliza Dushku? Maddie, were you here the whole time, or did you just pop
Hi,
in?
Maddie.
But also, that's an amazing 10 p.m. cheeseburgers is awesome.
Maddie, cheeseburgers are, when people talk about like your final meal, like if you're on death row, or maybe just people around here talk about that. I would want a stack, a whole tray of cheeseburgers. People pick like lobster and steak and all these. I want a whole tray. Cheeseburgers.
Yeah, they're
Medium
good.
rare.
I can't do that, but I'm happy for you.
Oh yeah, you were disturbed by my medium rare.
Yeah, I'm just one of those I can't do pink person. Yeah. Maddie, I will say, be sure to tell them to hold the pine saw on the cheeseburgers. Okay. Hell yeah, Mary.
Is that what
cheeseburgers?
Oh, cheeseburgers.
I would assume.
I feel like Maddie would hell yeah this book too.
I agree. I'm sorry I keep bringing up comments while you're trying to talk about that.
No, I love it.
Mary, you said you bought something that Freddie talked you into.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so I got that part. Maddie, you can see we're confused here.
I think Freddie's saying he thinks he knows what you bought.
Freddie, James,
I got it now.
We're all on the same page.
Thank you both. Sorry, we're having a hard time.
Yes. I bet you do know.
Maddie, I did not tell the whole internet about the pine saw. I just thought you would think it's funny. Do you want me to tell the story?
Because I think I would like to know what's going on here.
I mean, Maddie, do you want me to?
Yeah,
I just thought that was a thing between you and I thought you would laugh at.
Yeah, but like you put it out there. So.
I did.
But we have to have her consent,
Yeah, I wouldn't just tell people, Maddie. Tell me about Monstrous.
Okay.
You have more to say.
Oh yeah. I was gonna do a little reading time because I didn't read it yet. Sarah has always struggled to fit in. Born in South Korea and adopted at birth by a white couple, she grows up in a rural farming community with very few Asian neighbors. It wasn't a farming community, but sorry. People whisper and stare in the supermarket. Classmates ostracize and bully her. Sarah has trouble containing her anger in these moments, but through it all, she has her art. She's always been a compulsive drawer. Ooh, that's a hard one. And when she discovers anime, her hobby becomes an obsession. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for that.
Can't wait to read it. All right, let's see if Maddie will let you tell. Oh, we get the permission.
Yep. Danny says medium rare steak, delicious. Cheeseburger, gross.
I'm clutching my pearls. It's all
right.
beef.
Tell them. All right, here we go. So Maddie in the chat. You guys know Maddie from Fangirls that we do together. I see you guys. Here's the thing, Maddie. There's some people watching like Mara who doesn't know what I'm talking about. I think so. Just giving context. Maddie's great, buddy of mine. So
we love Maddie.
You might talk me into Monsters after you read it. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna love it. I feel like I'm gonna love it. I feel like we're gonna tell everybody. Yeah.
Yep.
So Maddie called me one day. Well, she messaged me. It was like, "Hey, I want to tell you about something dumb I did," and I'm like, I immediately called her. I was like, "Yes." So she said she was making food. Feel free to correct me at any point, Maddie, but believe this was a story. She was making food. Really proud that she was like making food and she didn't like, just go get some food. And was making like these noodles and had like, I think a peanut sauce situation that you were making. So you added like oil to the peanut sauce and like, you're like, this is great. Mixed all up and took a bite and you were like, whoa, this tastes bad. Like, this is not good. What a bummer. I made this stuff and it's not good. So then you took another bite and you spit it out because you're like, this is not right. Something's
Oh
wrong.
no. This doesn't
So,
this does not sound good.
so instead of taking that oil and putting it in the peanut butter, she took that pine Sol, put it in the peanut
Maddie.
butter.
Maddie.
So she took a bite and swallowed a bite of pine Sol. Maddie, I don't.
Are you
Also, the
okay?
smell. I mean, well, I guess Maddie hasn't been able to smell since COVID, right? So that's part of it.
right.
And I
Oh,
think Maddie said the
man.
bottles looked really similar.
I guess it could look like oil, right? Because the peanut sauce, you have to put some kind of regular oil in.
Yeah, so
Oh man,
that's
Maddie, were you okay after that?
I knew Mara was gonna enjoy that. It feels like a Mara kind of story, right?
Oh, it
With all her
does.
good stories, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maddie, are you okay?
Yeah. Oh my, that's
Yeah. It didn't help that you can't smell. Yeah, I forgot about that as I was saying it. How are you?
Are you alive?
Did you have any like after effects from that, Maddie? Like, did you have like stomach things or
What if
anything?
he tried to serve it to Elliot? He'd be like, "What is this?"
Also, where are your 10 p.m. cheeseburgers from?
Hmm.
I'm curious. Is it like a local thing or like a thing that we would know about? I don't know. I have to know. Should I just mention real quick, since we're waiting on that great answer, what I'd like to read by next time?
Yes, please.
Don't put pine sol near your oil. My throat was a little oh
Oh,
gosh.
jeez, Maddie.
Maddie.
Oh.
Man, I thought it was bad when I made Kristen's mom a sandwich and left paper on the cheese. This is a Maddie superhero origin story.
Oh
That's
my,
her super villain origin story.
oh my, what would her name be? Pine Soul. Soul.
Ooh,
Oh,
I love
Pine Soul.
that. Reid, make that mock cover. Put Maddie as Pine Soul. Oh, I love it. Okay, so wrapped up. This is one I got from that booth. And is it Oni? No, it's Cub House. Why did I think it was Oni? Anyway, I think I've read some of this like back in the day. I really like the art. It's Chris about this little mummy guy. Really cartoony, fun stuff.
Cute.
Yeah, so I'd like to read that. Now that Maddie's here, these were in my pile anyway, but I picked it up because Maddie was talking about how
Oh,
great it is.
cool.
Kind of chubby, and I'm your hero. I got this with my second Charles store credit. Love that. I got 2 volumes, and do they fall in love?
I think so.
Yeah, they fell in love. So she said it was really great, really sweet, and I'm very excited to read those.
Cool.
Okay, here we go. We went to Sonic for Limeade and then to McDonald's. Now botched to watching. Okay, awesome. That. My mom said, at least your mouth will smell nice. That's funny. Ooh, Pine Regrets. I like that too.
Oh.
That's your new album, Maddie. Pine Regrets. The power of Pine Sol, baby. Yeah. Love that.
What did I say earlier? I said I wish Jessica was here.
And there's Jessica is.
I know, but I can't remember what I said.
Jessica and Maddie came at the same time. Are you guys planning something? What is this?
Are you
Plotting?
having burgers? Are you involved
Ooh.
in the burgers, Jessica?
Yeah. You hanging out with Burger Queen?
Do you enjoy pine sol in your food?
Yeah. Do you add that? I also picked up from the library Carmilla, the First Vampire.
You dirty dog! I want to read that.
Hey, I know it looks so fun, right? It looks good. I'm stoked for this.
Oh, I want to read
dirty dog.
You dirty dog.
And the art looks awesome too. Do I need to say more than that? I feel like some people already know what that is, but all I know is there's your first vampire. I believe she's also gay, right? Love that. So I don't know. I'm excited for that. I also have 2 books that you're going to learn more about in a future video that Reid and I are putting up, potentially Monday. There is a video going up on Monday. I don't know if it's that one or another one. So I don't know, but it's coming. Dead Day from Aftershock.
Oh.
This is also one I picked up from that booth. It's about zombies.
I didn't. These look new to me. I don't know what I was
Really?
doing. Yeah.
Well, that first time we went there, I just grabbed so many that
Yeah.
was a lot.
It's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Right. And this was another one I picked up. We Are the Danger, which is about some band. It's a Black Mask book. Art looks fun.
Nice.
So yeah, those are two I want to get through. And I just picked this up as well. And it is by the publisher Eyes Press. Maddie, I'm actually curious if you are familiar with them, if you're still in the chat. But they're working on publishing Korean comics.
Oh.
So, which I believe is manhwa, I believe. And I saw this one and I was like, this cover just drew me in.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
You know? Yeah. And then I read the back, which is just like short but seems intense. A world where everything has been lost, a boy and a girl alone together. All they can do is move forward, but against broken adults and devastating despair, how long will they be able to keep going?
Wow.
Sounds sad, but it looks really good. And just the art is kind of eerie throughout.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, and it just, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So I don't know if anyone's heard about The Horizon, but let me know if you have. Carmilla was okay. Maddie.
Oh.
Freddie liked it. I love that she went to Sonic just for a limeade. I mean, I only go to Sonic for a drink sometimes. Most of the time, I don't get their food. Mary the Cat mystery book.
Uh-oh. James.
We're gonna have another moment where we're like, what?
Wait, about the Rita Mae Brown? Sneaky Pie Brown?
I don't know.
Rita Mae, I don't know what's happening.
Okay, and it kind of ends leaving you feeling like it's part one with no part two coming. What are we talking about?
Carmilla.
Oh.
You're like, wait a minute.
Well, she didn't say Carmilla.
Or maybe
like,
that could be the Cat Mystery
I
book.
know. That's why I was like, hold on. Not going down my list. Sad, LOL. Well, I'm still going to read it, but...
Hey, William.
Y'all. Hello, William.
Jessica, Kristen... Freddie, I'm telling you, I'm so sharp. Jessica, Krista was talking about, oh, wait, am I right? Mary, the Cat Mystery book was the book you asked if Jessica... Oh.
Jessica's adding to Maddie's review. Okay.
What is wrong with us?
Right? You guys, we've been so confused by the chat today.
But they're talking, it makes perfect sense.
Like, yeah, Jessica's like, she said Carmella was okay, and then Jessica said, okay, and kind of, yes, Jessica, that makes sense.
And
we
James
are having trouble.
Rice, I said. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Jessica, hello. James is reminding me why I said I wish Jessica was here. And we're talking about your Sneaky Pie Brown book. But what was I going to say about it? I think I said, whose idea was it to start with book 6?
That was it. And then Jessica, don't worry, I told her it's because I had 2 of those. Yeah.
I see Jessica's asking if I read Sneaky Pie Brown. I think I read the first one.
Ooh, it makes sense to start there.
Yeah, and that was a long time ago. So
you don't really remember how you felt?
Not at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. Well, I think you said you read other Rita Mae books.
Yes,
yeah,
I did. Ruby Fruit Jungle, which is probably her most famous.
Cool.
But I haven't read that, and I don't know how long. I have a copy of that somewhere. I found the original, well, a new release of the original. I'm playing with the receipt, if anybody's wondering.
Oh, I was like, what is that?
It's my Barnes & Noble receipt. It's either that or I have the thing.
Nice.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I think we need to go. I don't know about you. I think we should go.
But Maddie and William and Jessica just got here.
I know. I'll be spending more time Sunday talking about Rita Mae Brown's other works, more than this Cat Cozy spoiler. And I'm looking forward to it, Jessica. In fact, I'm going to make a whole list while you talk about it. It's going to be great.
And Jessica, I will be in the car traveling to my mother's
And
Just
then Mary's
telling
gonna
you.
put a little car in the chat, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Hey, I think
Oh,
Mary's in the car."
I think she's driving to see her mom.
Is that your only FF figure?
Yeah. Yes.
Steve I Brown audiobooks are on Hoopla. That's right. I listened to this book, and I have
Oh, you did?
thoughts. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Jessica, we know what that means.
Just-
I could tell already she's not happy with the amount of characters in the book.
Oh, I'm very angry about it still.
She showed us the list on the page.
Oh,
And then she like
Jessica.
very dramatically flipped the page
I was
over.
like, there's more.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just so you know
Yeah.
that's on the way.
Yeah.
Well,
She's gonna stop at that Ollie's. I love her tradition of interpreting Mary's car emoji.
Jessica, wait. So I know I'm a little misleading with the Ollie's in the neighborhood of where my mom lives. So there is an Ollie's that's like 45 minutes away. But there's an Ollie's opening in her town, but it's not open yet. But I keep driving by it whenever I go to visit, and each time there's like a little more work done. So like now they have the big, the big sign up. That was step 2. Before that, they just had like help wanted pictures, like or posters in the windows, but now they have the big sign with the lights on it.
So you may be able to go to a grand opening of Ollie's.
Oh, I'll take off work if it's like during the week. I will be like,
I
Mom,
love this.
we're gonna have a special day. We're gonna go to Ollie's, go get lunch.
That sounds like the best day, honestly.
Oh yeah,
So fun.
I really am thrilled.
Oh my gosh, Mary, I didn't realize I'm going out of town soon where there will be other Ollies.
Oh my goodness.
I thought I had my trip planned, but I forgot about Ollie's.
You don't. I'm really bummed that the Ollie's we went to was a real stinker.
Me too.
Have you ever walked out of an Ollie's without, like, we didn't even buy like toothpaste or something?
No, we were like, forget this place. They had a nice Ollie you could take a selfie with, but that's about it.
Yeah,
can't
that
believe
was
that.
that was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please go to the grand opening, and you better like post that stuff on the stories. Like,
Oh yeah, I'll have my mom take a selfie with me, so
Yeah.
everyone. Then we'll share that.
love that.
You can see my cute little mom.
Ooh, I bet they give out bobbleheads.
Oh,
How great. The Ollie's in my city sucks. Jessica, I went there though, didn't I? And I
And
didn't think it. I found what I wanted.
oh, you did.
Yeah.
It's very hit or miss. Like if we went
Yeah.
back to that one that we went to in Charlotte, like, I bet you we would find things.
Right. That's so true.
Yeah.
I went to my Ollie's grand opening last year. They gave out Ollie's tote bags.
James.
Oh, so good because we saw those. They're nice.
That would be amazing.
I got empty-handed 90% of the time.
Really? Wait, well, like I like to buy other things in there though. Are you just talking books? I mean, we were on vacation. I wasn't going to get like, a 24 pack of paper towels or something, but
Although,
if they were the right price, I would have.
yeah. Yeah, we didn't look at any of those sections. We were just like, books, done.
And you looked for games too, and there wasn't even a game section in that one, right?
That's what was weird, right? Yeah, there
Yeah.
like wasn't even a game section. I was like, what's happening?
But I think we were tired,
Yeah.
and I think we needed food. And I hate to put this in your head, but I don't think we looked hard enough, and I bet you we missed the game section. It was probably in a random like area.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But
I'm okay though.
We were hungry.
We were hangry, in fact.
Hangry.
Yeah. No, the Ollie's by me look as cool as the ones on YouTube. It's bullcrap.
Uh,
I think the era of finding great comics at Ollie's has mostly passed.
yeah.
And that could change tomorrow. I just mean like right now, it seems like, although we went to one on the way back through Tennessee and I found Jeff Lemire's Joker Smile, the Black Label book,
See?
which I'd never seen in Ollie's. So, it's just hit or miss with various ones. It really is. And I found I found that box set that I told you about.
Yeah.
I found other things that I'd never seen in an Ollie's around me.
Interesting.
I don't know. When I go to Ollie's, I only look at the books and the toys, nothing else. James, go get some shampoo because
because it's the price is right. I
It
bought.
really is.
I probably say this every time. I'm sorry. I bought Levi's jeans.
There you go.
I mean, legit Levi's for like $10.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they had like 5 pair, and I lucked out that 2 were my size, but I bought
That's
them.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Books, games, holiday stuff, K-cups, and
K
cute stuff.
cups. It's great for K cups.
Apparently not Jessica's, though, which is a bummer.
Well,
You know what? Ours is pretty decent here in Jessica, so maybe we need to take you to Ollie's next time you're in town.
Ollie's.
Good stuff, cheap. Oh, Jessica, you missed the whole Ollie slides. So if you want to go back at some point,
You want to just show her one?
yeah, you want to?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, hold on. Which one was the best one?
Um,
Probably the Superman one, Jessica, because you already know I read this anyway. So Reid put together this slideshow of my digital reads, and Ollie is in every single one. So that's a tease if you want to go back and look through that. It was very fun, and there's a different Ollie in every single one. Here's him again.
oh no.
You know where I want to go and visit this summer. You're talking about Mr. Charles, right? Mr. Charles. Next time everyone in the chat goes to an Ollie's, should we take pictures of all the books and send them to you to show off? You know what? Sure.
We like pictures.
Yeah, I love that. I'm into that. Oh, Mary, we're about to go on 3 hours.
What's going on?
I don't know what's happening.
It's Thursday night. That's what happened.
Yeah. You know
Right?
what? It's almost Friday. How great is that?
It's the best.
What a joy. What
It
a
is
joy.
the best.
Well, I think that's our cue.
I do too.
We should go read some of these books.
Not tonight, though.
Probably not tonight. No.
No.
No. But yeah, okay. So so it's Thursday. I'll actually be back here Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern on my channel with Jess, OmniDog himself.
That's right.
Yeah. And you know what we're going to do?
What are you going to do?
We're going to judge some signatures.
Oh, I love that.
We are going to take some of the comics we have autographs, some graphic novels, and we are going to judge those signatures. Don't you ever like look at them and you're like, what is this? Or this is beautiful. We have both of those, wide range. And I think it's just fun to look through. So that's what we're going to do. So you can see OmniDog back here with me, 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the same time, 1 p.m. Eastern, just Jessica in the chat will be here and we will talk about that Cozy Cat Mystery by Rita Mae Brown and Sneaky Pie Brown. And it's going to be something. It really
Love
is.
that.
We're going to have a great non-sponsor. And we're going to talk about that non-sponsor 90s stuff. It's going to be very fun.
I do
So check
find
that
that
out.
Jessica is like some sort of historian,
Right?
like on
She's so good at it.
like Furbies.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's like, here we go. Here's all the things. And I'm like, wow.
yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah.
By the way, I won't be able to watch either show live, but you know I always support and watch later on.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, should I share where I'm going on Saturday?
Absolutely.
Well, I shouldn't say I'm it's not confirmed,
Mm.
but might be this weekend, potentially next. Depends on scheduling. We all know how that goes. But so Larry's Library. I forget how he first talked. I think he did a tag maybe, but this YouTube channel, Garage Geek. So I started watching him, and he kind of did like a little, I don't know if you'd call it a travel vlog or something like that, but he visited the Frank Rosetta Museum. That's not that far from me. So I Googled the directions, not much more than an hour away-ish. And I was like, oh, maybe Kim would like to go. So we're going to do that. If it's not this weekend, it'll probably be the next. But we're going to go visit the museum. It's in Pennsylvania. And go out there for a little bit and check it out and grab some lunch and then come back. But sounds like a good day trip, you know?
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
super fun.
So if I'm home though, I will watch you and Jess. But
I am looking forward to that. And all your thoughts. My dad says it looks so cool.
Larry, is there anything you'd like me to look for? I can't make promises, but if there's something you want me to look for, I certainly would look for it. I'm sure. I know that they have some sort of gift shop there. So.
And Reid, if you're watching.
Oh, is Reid a fan too?
I don't know actually, but
well, obviously, if
he
there's
loves-
something you or
yeah.
Reid or all three of you, just tell me.
Freddie loves judging signatures too. Great, Freddie. Look forward to seeing you there.
You know what's funny? I never paid attention to that until you. And now,
Yeah.
now I look at stuff. I'm like, oh, that's not that good.
It's like I loved your reaction after Scotty. You were just like, it's not that good, is it? But he was really
Yeah.
nice. And I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, I have one right here. It's just, you know, I don't know. It looks upside down to me.
yeah, it's interesting,
Right?
It's not the worst I've seen. It's not the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, it's that whole conversation. It's like, can you read it? Can you see whose signature it is? I don't know.
Yeah, totally. Jessica says our not sponsor is going to be the best of the summer, guaranteed.
Oh.
I agree. It's going to be a good one. I don't know. Mary's so much great for Zeta stuff.
All right.
At least she
Maybe
can make out the S and G at the end.
That's true.
That's true. I wondered if there was like a good one near me. Yeah. Mason Dickerson, who did House Cat Trouble. This is a good signature.
Oh, that's amazing.
Now, come on. Come on now.
That's amazing.
That's great.
But that's not really just like if minus the cat, you'd be like, what is this?
I mean, fair.
So is that the signature?
Yeah, because he added it to both, you know?
All right. Kristen's always right.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching.
Yes. Thank you.
Again, tune in tomorrow. Well, no, Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll have more live shows. And of course, we will be back next week. I believe with another reading update. Maybe it'll change. Who knows? We'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
I mean, we'll be here at the same time, but
we could just say we'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be doing something.
Yeah.
About books. It'll be great.
Yes.
Yeah. And I hope you guys have a great night. Spend that money. Mara,
get on it.
Check out that 18 item cart. Okay.
Maybe we have the screenshot already in our phone. We just don't know it yet.
We may. Ooh, I'm excited for that though. For sure. And you know what? If you have pets out there and you want to check out happyandpolly.com, use code Willow10. My cat influencer, she can get you 10% off.
Amazing.
And they do have really cool pet stuff. So
you should put that.
I really should. I'm going to. I just didn't think about it till right now.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. But it's only active for like, I don't know, maybe through the weekend. So I actually don't know. They didn't give me time frame. I think it's only a week though. But anyway, yeah, do that. That'd be cool if you did that. And I'll put it in the description. So anyway, yeah. Thanks for being here, guys. Mara's working on it. Awesome. Freddie, I'll do that. Thank you, Freddie. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.